What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Vibe Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Vibe is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro. Welcome to Big Vibe Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Vibe Opinion platform.
There's haters. I don't have a message. I don't take my time to respond and to defend myself. Why would I do that? I'm giving you a microphone if I'm doing that. I'm giving you solace that you're in my life. I don't care. I really don't. So if it's been that way all my life, you would think that I'm used to it. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, and I keep going. So I'm good with that, man. I'm good with that. This is a comfortable place for me.
And I just really want people to know I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't gonna do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here, lifetime, as far as quick on lifetime, as far as lifetime is concerned, there are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forth for anything. But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with celebrities. I had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to, a police station. It took a year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that.
It's a prosecution. Yeah, that's right. And I can appreciate that there's emotions that run high and people don't necessarily value how the government goes about getting what they consider to be justice. But when the government runs amok, right now it's R.Kelly, tomorrow it's somebody else. And maybe it's someone you care about tomorrow. Maybe it's a loved one of yours. To keep the government honest and to keep them in check, the system has to work for all of us. The R.Kellys of the world, the Bill Cosbys of the world, and then people that we don't even know. And so my job is to make sure the government does it the fair way. And if they didn't do it fair, it just doesn't count. It's like if you cheat during a football game and you want to declare victory, you can't because you cheated. And it is my job to hold the government responsible.
Good afternoon. Tomorrow morning, counsel for Mr. R.Kelly is scheduled to appear in court over the indictments that we brought forth nearly 4 years ago, charging him with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 victims. I'm here to inform you that the Cook County State's Attorney's Office will no longer be pursuing these indictments.
tired. Admit I just don't feel like trying. But all my real niggas around me keep telling the kills. Fuck that, you gotta keep climbing. I admit it, I did. I done fuck with a couple of fans. I admit I'm a gift and a curse. I admit that I don't go to church. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did.
Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? It's your boy Big Val Opinion back with another live video, man. And today, I'm gonna name this one Throwback Thursday, the R.Kelly way. Throwback Thursday, the Kels way, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, A-Child, Uncle Ray, Jeff, Lil Mac, man. I hope you guys are able to join today and hop on the panel. We finna take it all the way back to 2008, man, because there's mixed emotions about what happened, what didn't happen, what took place, what didn't take place. So, you know, your boy Big Vi gonna come out here and we're gonna revisit 2008. And I want you all to pay close attention because, man, when we go through these videos that I'm about to play, I want y'all to look at the difference in the support back then versus the support now. And I'm talking about the support from the celebrities. And I mean, it's so much, like everything was so different back in 2008. Everything was so different back then. And it seemed like everything that was positive for this brother back then, that the government allegedly made an assertive effort to block a lot of that support that was garnered back then. Like we're gonna look through these videos and we're gonna break them down. You know, we're gonna break them down and try to get to the bottom of this, man. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too much long, man. We finna get this thing on. We finna get it in. And you know, I've been getting questions about what happened with the tape, what happened with this, what happened with that. So what better way than for us to go back to 2008 and listen to what actually took place during the 2008 trial. What's up, Jeff, man? You in here?
Yo, Vi, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, good, man. Good, man. Good to see you, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I've been readjusted, man. Had a lot going on. So I'm almost back 100%. I see you was live. I'm like, man, let me go on, chop in, say what's up to the fam. You know,
man, most definitely. This one gonna be lit because guess what, your boy, I got plenty of footage from 2000 from the first trial and everything that went in. I found the footage of Sam Adams Jr. talking about the discrepancies with the tape, talking about the forensic analyst that viewed the tape and determined that the tape was not authentic. I got the receipts today.
Oh yes, sir. It's perfect timing too, with Jennifer coming out with such a solid argument in the appeals in Illinois just recently, with a lot of good points. So that's just perfect timing for that discussion.
Most definitely, and I just want to point out, you know, with the appeal and the argument that and people been asking me, man, what you think or how you feel. You know, I felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the judge, you know, I guess she was just doing her job, but to me, it almost seemed like you were trying to make threats like, hey, well, if he go back to re-sentence, you know, he can get more time. Like Jennifer say, well, if that's the case, it kind of like the judge will be punishing him for invoking his right, you know, to have questions about, you know, why he was charged over the guideline. You know what I'm saying? So you go back and we go back and read, as we go back and read Lennon Weber's statement,
during the sentencing, he clearly talks about those uncharged acts as part of his reason for going over the guideline.
Exactly. I mean, that's malicious prosecution from my vantage point. To go, the guideline, the maximum was 14. For you to add an additional 6 years to that and give them 20 years, when the max was 14, and he had been acquitted of majority of the charges, 7 out of 13. That's excessive. And the judge was even kind of confused as to why would you go above the guideline in the case where a man was acquitted of majority of the counts against him.
Right. And all, I think what we're looking for with this is transparency. And when the judge says, how do you know that the judge he used these acts to for his judge to come up with his sentence or whatever? It's clearly in his statement. Lil Mac, I'm finna get that to you right now. I'm trying to get over there right now, Lil Mac. I'm gonna get that to you. Yeah, man. But today we finna go back and we finna look, man, and because there's been rumblings about the 2008 trial, different things that took place. So we're gonna get into some, and I'm finna get into it right here. We finna let me see where I want to start at first. Let me go back because I got some stuff lined up. But Sam Adams Jr., man, he was cold.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm walking in the grocery store right now, so I'm gonna mute up a little bit while you play that. I'm only gonna be here for about 5 minutes, if that.
All right. All right, let's get it. Let me make sure I see what's up everybody coming in. What's up everybody that's coming in? We can start with this video right here first. I'm gonna start with this one first. I'm gonna start here first. Let's go.
The news team at 10, Brenda Blackman, Rollin Smith, Stormfield's weather, and Sports Team 9, Russ Salzberg and Monica Pellegrini. This is UPN 9 News.
Tonight, sex, lies, and videotape, porn for sale on the street, and the sellers say it's R&B star R.Kelly. Good evening, everyone. He is one of music's biggest names.
And his name is making a mint for people peddling porn. We begin tonight with the UPN 9 News exclusive. The investigation of R&B star R.Kelly. Chicago police have a tape. A man allegedly having sex with an underage girl. Kelly says it's not him, but what you're about to see takes the story in a shocking new direction. People using the police investigation to make money. They're selling a porn tape on the street, claiming it's Kelly, and people are running wild to buy it. The I-Team's Barbara Nevins-Taylor has the story.
The video is graphic. We've seen the tape. It is raunchy and uncomfortable for us to watch. These are still frames from the video we bought on the street. Here on 125th Street, within a half an hour after talking to 3 people, we were able to purchase the tape, but no one wanted to be photographed taking the $50 and giving us the tape.
I was dying to see it yesterday because where I was at in the Bronx, they was selling the tape for $10.
And that's the point. There's a demand for it on the street and on the internet. But what's actually on this tape? We don't know if this is really R. Kelly, as the sellers claim, or if the young woman is underage. Nor do we know if it's the same tape Chicago police are investigating. But our investigation found there is more than one tape circulating, tapes featuring different people.
I never actually seen the guy talk about it on the radio, but if it is him, he should be ashamed of himself. And for the little girls out there,
R. Kelly is not getting the benefit of the doubt.
Everybody can't be lying, you know. And I've heard this before. This is not the first time I've heard this about R. Kelly. So, you know, I believe it.
Rumors about R. Kelly and young girls have swirled for years. Stories about his protege, the late Aaliyah, were brushed aside. Now Chicago police are investigating a 27-minute tape of Kelly allegedly having sex with a 14-year-old girl. In recent days, other...
Now, y'all, I paused it right there because I want y'all to make sure y'all keep a mental note. You say they just said it was a 27-minute tape. Now, this was supposed to be a tape that involved the young lady. Was a 27-minute tape. So I want y'all to keep notes of the 27-minute that they talk about, the 27-minute tape.
Other tapes have surfaced. Real or not, true or false, they've taken on a life of their own. They are everywhere. Our investigation took us to Newark, where reporter Dave Barker bought a tape from someone who claims he's close to the source.
I received the tape from a former employee of Robert Kelly's.
Now you got somebody saying that they received a tape from a former employee of Robert Kelly. From a former employee. So now you see, now we know that it was said that Lisa Van Allen took tapes. Now we're talking about a former employee that took tapes. Keep in mind you had Charles and Chuck Freeman. Well, Chuck Freeman, and we had those people that was that had their hands on tape, duplicating tape. So this is just it's tapes everywhere. But this particular tape that's supposed to involve the young lady is a tape in question of 27 minutes. But we just going back to 2008, man. That's it. It's Throwback Thursday.
R. Kelly's spokespeople insist the tapes are fakes and that he's blameless. Music business insiders from
look at Wendy Williams, man. Boy, I tell you.
DJ Wendy Williams, who has refused to play his music, to editors at magazines like The Source, are taking the tapes and the allegations seriously.
This is not something that is an accepted practice, especially within any culture, but definitely within hip hop. You know, a lot of people in hip hop have daughters, and you know, people just in general that listen to music, you know, and that have kids, or they're not going to accept something like this from an artist of his caliber.
There is a naivete on his part that he's going to be able to.
This is Susan Loggins. This is Susan Loggins. This is the woman who's responsible for all of these lawsuits filed against Mr. Kelly. When we talk about the lawsuit scheme, this is the lady who was filing these lawsuits against R. Kelly for a long period of time. I mean, this lady detailed times about when she filed so many lawsuits against R. Kelly to the point to where she stopped even having to send over paperwork. She would just call and talk to his manager and say, well, I have a victim here in my office and we are willing to settle for this. And they would just pay the money.
To not be accountable for this.
Miami attorney Susan Loggins represents two young women who claim to have been taken advantage of by the singer. One case was settled, the other is pending.
I don't fault these girls at all. I've gotten to know them all personally, and I understand the love they felt in their heart for R. Kelly. I mean, he's a wonderful person in their eyes. It's really a big drop for them to realize that he's not all he's cracked up to be.
And there are still fans who applaud him.
us as his fans, we think no different of him. We still love him. We still gonna listen to his music. Why? Because we love him for the person he is, not for what he's done.
If the tapes turn out to be the real thing and the young women are underage, it's not only R. Kelly who could be in trouble. Federal law prohibits the sale, distribution, and the purchase of child pornography.
Now, what I want y'all to do is to listen to what this lady, I want y'all to listen to what this lady just said at the end of this video. And I want us to try to understand how was Charles Freeman able to sit on the stand and say he did not turn over a tape to the police because they weren't going to give him $1 million. And this man talked and admitted on stand that he got the tape and made copies of the tape and sold them. So let me go to listen to what she said, because this was critical.
Not for what he's done.
If the tapes turn out to be the real thing and the young women are underage, it's not only R. Kelly who could be in trouble. Federal law prohibits the sale, distribution, and the purchase of child pornography. I'm Barbara Nevins-Taylor, UPN 9 IT.
What y'all think about that, man? I know Jeff say he in the grocery store. What up, Lil Matt? Let me get to my next clip.
Oh, my bad, Big Vi. I was doing a little something around the house, set my system up. But my opinion on that situation with Charles Freeman, I always stated that this Chicago case should have never even federal case and state case should have never went trial because it's surrounded by pure extortion. Charles Freeman, Lisa Van Allen, and Keith Merles, along with Lisa Van Allen, baby daddy, I forgot the guy's name. These people was
You got Damon Pryor, then you got Keith, then you got Chuck.
Yeah, no, Damon. What's the other one? Not Damon Pryor, but the other one name. But that other here, the one that got on the TV and said, well, he ain't had enough, he was gonna pay us something. All of them concocted a scheme up to, you know what I'm saying, extort him for $250,000. You gotta, why would the courts allow these people to come here and be witnesses to this situation when they was the one that was fidgeting and fumbling and having all these tapes, moving them all around the world, and they never, you know what I'm saying, never even, you know what I'm saying, did nothing with the tapes, you know what I'm saying, like. But it started this, man. If it was true pornography, child pornography, why Lisa Van Allen taking the tape to Charles Freeman and to Keith Morrell? Why she ain't turning the tapes over to authorities? That should let you know right there within itself there's some fishy and some shaky about this. But people don't, you know what I'm saying, follow up. They don't go into detail. They just hear R.Kelly, 14-year-old, he wrong. But dog, you gotta look at the person that who so-called claims that was on the tape, Lisa Van Allen. She was, you know what I'm saying, thrown out of court because of she lied. You know what I'm saying? Not just in '08, but in the federal court, the jury didn't believe her. He was acquitted of it. And Jennifer stated in the appellate argument that there was never no child pornography. It was just old-fashioned pornography. And R. Kelly was trying to get those tapes just because he didn't want his wife, Drew Kelly, at the time to be put out like that. It was never no child pornography. They were just throwing this man with a tape that had Lisa Van Allen and Drew and R. Kelly on it. So basically, when it all comes down to the Chicago trial, I feel like he should never went to court because it was nothing but pure extortion surrounding this case. Y'all let all the real criminals go to convict or try to convict what they convict R. Kelly. And like that ain't right because how can you allow three people who got a tape that with a child been taken advantage and one of them was participated in the act of a child taking advantage of with y'all saying the federal government said it's okay for her, give her immunity and them immunity for them to have this tape going around, floating around for the whole world to see and to store him and get money out of it. Just like that lady said, whoever, you know what I'm saying, selling that tape, making copies of that tape should have been arrested too. That's not right. So that lets me know right there that there was no real tape, no child pornography tape. They said that Kamora Simmons tried to buy the tape, but I'm gonna shut up. My point is, I'm gonna yell back. My point is, I'm making it. There was never no child pornography for one simple fact that Lisa Van Allen never took the tape. She went on Survivor R. Kelly and admitted she had a threesome with an underage girl. See, she's not a victim, so why would she take the tape of her and the young girl? Why she didn't take the tape to the police? She kept the tape, and you know what I'm saying, tried to extort this man. So you cannot use that in a case of somebody extorting somebody to get a conviction. That's not right because the whole case is surrounded by liars and criminals. Like they committing crimes. They got the alleged child pornography tape passing around, making copies of it and destroy him. That's the whole point. Why should he even be charged for this anyway? If it was truly child pornography, all of them should have been on charge. And if you let me know if when it comes to that discussion situation, he should have been acquitted of that. He was acquitted of that. Like Jennifer stated, if it was true child pornography and Linda Weber wanted to add an additional 4 years to R. Kelly, why you didn't convict the other guys, Darren McDavid and Milton Brown, because they also was charged with that. So that don't make sense for him to get those extra years. But now
we
you're
gon'
back.
we gonna go down with this tape situation. We're gonna get to the bottom of this tape. And this is just gonna make it, we just gonna bring, like I said, we gotta go back in order to get forward, because the notion a lot of people is under the notion that they said that this tape was forensic analysts analyzed this tape and they said that it was this, then the third, allegedly, but we're gonna go listen to what actually happened versus people giving their opinion about what they feel took place. But let's take a look at the people who was speaking back. I want y'all to watch this clip, and we're gonna talk about it after it comes off. Let's get to it.
There have been a lot of allegations made, a lot of rumors about Kelly's interest in young girls, almost from the moment he became a superstar over nearly a decade ago. Among those was that he cruised fast food spots in his hometown,
which turned it over to authorities investigating complaints of teen sex against Kelly. Music reporter Jim DeRogatis says he confirmed that it was Kelly on the tape.
It says that Jim DeRogatis said that he confirmed. Jim DeRogatis said he confirmed that it was Kelly on the tape. Jim DeRogatis said that he confirmed that it was Kelly on the tape, and he was, now y'all just heard these people say how this tape was being mass reproduced and distributed throughout the streets. Why did it take him to turn the tape in to the authority? So let's listen to this again, and we're gonna try to make sense of it.
Of teen sex against Kelly. Music reporter Jim DeRogatis says he confirmed that it was Kelly on the tape by showing it to the 14-year-old's aunt.
So now, and we're gonna stop right there for a second, and I'm gonna ask you guys: he get this tape randomly. Nobody know who this person is. Nobody know who this lady is on the tape. How is it that he knew who the lady was and who to go and speak to identify the lady?
Exactly.
You can't make this shit make sense. You mean to tell me the streets of Chicago, this goddamn tape is all over the goddamn world, but one special person knew who it was and who to go confirm it with?
Can't make it up, bro. Out of everybody in Chicago, you just so happen to know that this is Sparkle's niece, and you don't even go to the girl's parents. You go to Sparkle, to bring awareness. You found it in your mailbox at work. Somebody left it for you there, with a note attached directing you to speak with Sparkle. If that doesn't scream some type of conspiracy, I don't know what is. What a coincidence, You
see what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing with this is, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's make it make fucking sense. Because when you put this shit in its totality, 1 ain't equaling 1 plus 1 not equaling 2 to me. It's not. I just can't watch a tape today. How would I look watching a tape today and say, damn, let me call Jeff to say, Jeff, is this your niece, Jeff? I don't know nobody in your family. How did I just mysteriously, out of the billions of people on this planet, I was able to narrow it down to Jeff and his family? On a tape that wasn't even clear. I could see if the shit was 1080p. I could see if the shit was 4K. Even in 4K, you can't just determine who someone's family is if you don't know them. But let's keep going a little bit, because I want y'all to see the difference back then versus now, and y'all gonna see it for yourself.
One of the worst things I've ever had to do as a reporter is sit with this woman and say, look, I don't want to show you this, but we need to make sure this girl is who we think this girl is.
Now a jury must decide if the man who sold 24 million records also made one videotape that could end his career. For today, Jim Avila, NBC News, Chicago.
Are keeping a close eye on the situation too.
I haven't had a chance to see these, alleged tapes or whatever, but I mean, I'm certainly keeping him in my prayers. I know that being an entertainer certainly affords you a lot of extra attention and prying into whatever your personal choices are, whether they be right or wrong. But I mean, who are we to judge?
He always gonna be one, the greatest R&B singer in my eyes, and I hope that people don't mix, it's kind of messed up, but that it happened like that. But I will hope people just continue to support his music. I mean, we've seen these type of situations before. Hopefully we can get past it.
I always liked R.Kelly. I didn't watch the video, even though everybody has it. I think it's disgusting. I mean, I have a daughter myself, and anytime you mess with a young girl underage, it's all bad. I mean, but at the same time, R.Kelly needs some help.
If he did it, then he should be punished for it.
But longtime friend and singer Ron Isley, who has performed with the embattled artist, predicts R. Kelly will survive the sex, lies, and videotape saga.
Been around long enough to listen to them boo Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and quite a few. And then those people come back for whatever reason and go right back to the top. So I know through the boos they still love who they boo. Is they're disappointed in something from that entertainer.
I'm gonna ask you this now, Jeff. Why do you see so many celebrities speaking out back then? You see so many celebrities speaking out back then versus now in 2019. What's the difference?
That's a great question, because for him to have been acquitted, and anybody study the trial to see that this whole case was that Chicago case with the tape and all that was predicated on the notion that he obstructed justice and paid the girl and the family off and bribed them or whatever terminology they wanted to use. But now we find out that was not the case. Daryl McDavid, R. Kelly, and Jerome Brown were all acquitted of obstruction. And Jennifer Bonjean, she's boldly saying in her argument that with. So I think they said, wait a minute, we had 4 tapes, and the one that was missing is the one that supposedly was supposed to have Rashana on it.
Right.
So in that case, that never was a tape with her, just still images that they wanted to show to the jury, to taint the jury, to make them believe that it was, So I think that the machine had really just turned this back on Kells this time around, and people they didn't want to be vilified or ostracized by the media and public opinion, but they know the truth just as well as we speaking on it right now. They just were intimidated to have their career in jeopardy for speaking up for this man.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy as it is, bro. You know, we look at this shit, and like me today, just going over it today, and I'm sitting here I'm watching this shit, and I'm like, man, how crazy is it that back then, like so many celebrities would speak. They at like the BET Awards and shit asking these questions. They hadn't even mentioned this man's name since fucking 2019. Why weren't they asking the question? Why now they don't ask these questions? You know what I'm saying? You got people like Wendy Williams saying she wouldn't play his music or whatever the situation may be, for whatever reason she feel whatever reason she may feel, you know, she gonna stop playing his music. But I'm still trying to get past this point with motherfucking Jim Derogatis, you know what I'm saying? How
Can I take on this for a minute?
is it that you knew that? How is it that you knew that to reach Sparkles? But we finna go and listen in to Sam Adams Jr. and he's gonna talk about representing R.Kelly during this time. You know what I'm saying? Like I told people, we're gonna go back and we're gonna listen at this shit because people are running with the notion that, oh, the reason why the man got acquitted is because the girl didn't show up. Well, it was the prosecution job to bring her in. They could have subpoenaed her in, they could have subpoenaed her parents in, but they felt so confident in the tape that they felt like they didn't want to bring her in. They thought they had the nail in the coffin. And we finna hear right now from Sam Adams Jr., you know, some of the things that took place during this trial and why this man was acquitted.
Yeah, and to touch up on Jim Derogatis real quick before you play that video, I find it very ironic and strange that this man just said that he contacted Sparkle to verify is that, you know what I'm saying, is that her niece on the tape. But he did all that. He got to somebody sent him a tape. He got all that. He all in the mix of all this. But he was subpoenaed to come to court. In each case, the state case and the federal case, the state case and the federal case, but he never testified. He either pleaded the fifth or he wiggled his way out of not testifying the last upcoming trial. That's strange, and that's goes to show how everybody don't know the truth of the aspect of what's going on. That's not right. You got this man out here speaking on this stuff, talking to accused, talking to victims, but he can't come to court and verify, stand on what he said. Not only that, let's say this stuff was true. That's anybody that's for these victims should be pissed off at him because it comes to a point now that's exploitation of these accusers. You sitting there saying you for these people, but you can't help them or go to court and testify and stand on what you said. To me, that's going to show that you're a liar and you're doing anything and everything you can just to defame this man. And for black people alone, not try to play the race card. We should be pissed at that right there alone. Okay, you making money, you making generating money, you making books, you going on platforms, speaking, going to panels and different companies and speaking on this man and these accusers, but you can't go to court to stand up for the accusers. That ain't nothing but at the end of the day, a white man exploiting our own. And but it's not even about it at that point right there. It's R. Kelly innocent or guilty. People should be mad at him for that just alone. How you gonna come in our community, talk about what's going on in our community, make money off of it, but it's time for you to go to court. You can't stand on what you say or come to court and testify to what you stand. That's crazy to me, but I yell back though. I just want to put that out there in the atmosphere.
All right. Let's check out Sam Adams Jr. and what he got to say.
Artist has the chutzpah to call in a 34-year-old basically unknown lawyer to come to his defense and take a look at it and represent him. And because you got to remember what we as lawyers do. It's as if they're standing there, but they're talking through us. And to put that kind of faith in me on a world stage, I was honored to do it. And then when I got in it and took a look at it and talked to the witnesses and saw the tape and then saw and truly believed that the state could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt the charges and knew it, I think I had an obligation as a member of the bar to take that case and what the Thurgood Marshall say, you do the best you can with what you got. And it turned out that we were pretty successful. To this day, people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes.
I want y'all to pay close attention to this part. See how he say how people running with what they heard. They wasn't there. And this is why this is what we talk about when we talk about the courts suppressing, certain things from getting to the public, because they want the public to keep thinking one way when it actually went down a totally different way. They want the public to think that, oh, he got off on this trial because the girl didn't show up. But let's listen to what the actual attorney has to say.
We were pretty successful. To this day, people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well, the pixels were off and there were moles missing on him that he actually had. They didn't see that evidence. So to say that, I'm just not being truthful when I say it very well could not have been him, and certainly the government couldn't prove that it was him. They certainly didn't sit there and go through it. And that jury came back with a finding of not guilty, that the state did not prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And so for all those reasons, I was very interested in that case.
You mentioned the tape.
You can with what you got. And it turned out that we were pretty successful. To this day, people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well.
The experts who testified? The experts. The experts testified that the tapes were doctored. The experts. So what? If these experts is saying that these tapes were doctored and they testify that these tapes were doctored, what are we supposed to go with?
Exactly.
You do the best you can with what you got. And it turned out that we were pretty successful. To this day, people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well, the pixels were off and there were moles missing on him that he actually had. They didn't see that evidence. So to say that, I'm just not being truthful when I say it very well could not have been him, and certainly the government couldn't prove that it was him. They certainly didn't sit there and go through it. And that jury came back with a finding of not guilty, that the state did not prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And so for all those reasons, I was very interested in that case.
You mentioned the tape. The public, as well as the jury, has some strong opinion regarding the R.Kelly alleged sex tape, which the prosecution thought it was a slam dunk. Some people thought it was a turning point because of the alleged visual evidence. However, it was opposite of that. Why do you think it was opposite? What was the turning point that made it? You mentioned the graphic nature of moles, the blips on the videotape just a few minutes ago. What was that turning point?
Well, I'll tell you right now, a couple of things. One.
Hold on. Ashley just made the point right here. Another key point. This is why Lennon Weber said they didn't need no expert to verify the tape when they had the goddamn alleged victim in the court. So now it's her word versus what the expert had already determined that the tapes were fucking manipulated.
But that's
you can't tell me that Lennon Weber wasn't in on the goddamn setup.
But the thing about that right there is when that reaches the Supreme Court, I hope they don't, but when they do, they're gonna look at this and look at Jennifer put a motion in to ask for a forensic expert and he denied it, and they just let her come in and verify the tape. And she asked for $13 million restitution. Man, this case gonna get turned over.
And how did
You
she
cannot
verify?
lie. You can't short the man from defending himself. If he's sitting there arguing saying that's not me on the tape, and y'all going by a person, you know what I'm saying? Testimony saying on the tape, but he want to bring in proof to prove that he ain't on the tape. Forensic experts, and they didn't bring those forensic experts in. The judge didn't allow it. That's grounds for him to get an appeal because that could that's some kind of violation. I don't know what it for him to deny this man. I'm sorry, him not to deny that man to have those friends experts. That's going to work in his favor. Now you.
But when we look at this, right, this is how the media manipulates the world. They got the world thinking that this tape, I mean, like, I want to keep pushing that point, Brother Jeff and Lil Mac. I want to keep pushing that narrative that the media want the world to think the reason why this man did not get found guilty in his first case was simply because the alleged victim on the tape did not show up to trial.
Right.
That's not true. That's far from true. And if you look at it, this is why I say these people who did this shit in 2019, they made an assertive effort to go back and study everything that took place in 2002 to 2008 to make sure that they closed off every way possible that this man could escape.
Exactly. They definitely went back. Definitely went back to study.
Ago. What was that turning point?
Well, I'll tell you right now, a couple of things. One, there were problems with the tape. But most importantly, here is they never brought in the alleged victim in the case. And she went to, I can say this now, she went to the grand jury and testified, that's not me on the tape. And then her mother went to testify. That's not her on the tape. That's not her. Then her father went to the test. That's not her on the tape. And the government never brought her in to say otherwise, or at least show the jury the girl on the tape.
And the government had the obligation to subpoena her for her to come to court.
They knew that she was going. They knew she was going to say she wasn't on the tape.
They chose not to.
Versus the girl in person. Never did that. Now, how do you think about this now? Not just entertainment wise, but in a court of law, our judicial system is based upon the premise that because the government has all of its resources and power behind it, they have to prove one of their citizens guilty beyond a reasonable doubt before you can take their freedoms away. How can you possibly have a young girl that you're saying is the victim of something as heinous as this and never bring her in for the jury to see? That's reprehensible. If you're truly trying to take freedom away from somebody, if you're really going to have them, and especially someone like R.Kelly, who's a known figure in the entertainment community who has millions of dollars at stake, think about that. He could have lost millions upon millions of dollars in endorsement, and the government has a responsibility to prove its case. Yet they don't call the young girl in. I'm not here to denigrate real violence. I'm tired of real violence. I'm not here to denigrate sexual assault. I'm tired of seeing people sexually assaulted. These women out here need a voice for them. There's no question about it. But that's not what we were there for. We were there to determine whether or not the government could prove if Robert was the individual who did this to a particular young girl. Now, that's what happened in the case. And the jurors came out and said it afterwards. See, what happened here is they brought in 18 or 19 right out here in Oak Park, witnesses that came in and said, I know her, and she was beautiful, and she was a lovely young girl. And for someone to do these things to her is terrible. And I started cross-examining each and every one of them. Not hard, but very, very, very softly. Tell me what you knew about her. And they went through and told her this is a lovely girl, wonderful girl, great girl. And then you see the tape, and that's a girl doing if you watch it, that's the young girl doing some very adult, nasty thing that couldn't be the same. And then for the government not to come in and bring her in here and at least show them to her. At the end of the case, when I stood up in my closing argument, I stood right in the well of the jury room, of the audience, and I asked the jury, they're asking you to convict him of doing this to this individual. Now look in this audience. Is she here? Is she here? And if you don't know, because they didn't bother bringing her in, how can you convict a man of something as heinous as this? And the jury understood that. There's a responsibility, government, and that's one of the problems with our people. And I see it day in and day out. They don't take that seriously. That government has a responsibility to us. They work for us, man. We don't live for them. Government's supposed to be there to protect us. When you talk about a congressional seat, that's our seat. That ain't Ted Cruz's seat. When you talk about a state's attorney, that ain't a state's attorney's seat. That's our seat. And when you talk about prosecuting a man for crimes that he's been charged with, man, those prosecutors are our prosecutors. And they better darn well make sure that they can prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt, because it's our citizenship that we're talking about. And that's why I think R.Kelly's a very important case. Not because of the salaciousness and the dirtiness. That's what people want to talk about. But when you really start understanding the fundamental nature of what we are talking about when it comes to our legal system, this is too important to be cavalier. This is too important to take in a facetious manner. And that, so
man, he giving it to him, man. If he not giving it to him, man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. But this is what we talk about. This is why it's important to go back when people are implying that something went a way that it didn't really go. This is proven. This is factual. This is factual shit. How do you not bring in the victim that y'all are claiming that this happened to? How ironic that all of a sudden, 20 years later, she's willing to come into the goddamn courtroom. Now her father no longer living. The mother went to the grand jury, gave a statement that it wasn't her. She went to the grand jury, said it wasn't her. How conveniently, 20 years later, they can go get on a stand and say it was my daughter.
Money talking, bullshit walk 1,000 miles. Yep, that's what it was. She seen that $13 million, and then the thing about it, they talking about he obstructed justice when all this stuff, the surviving R.Kelly, all this stuff aired out. She testified that she was trying to reach out to him and say, hey, what I need to do. He told her, do what you gotta do. He ain't stop her from not testifying. He didn't stop her from testifying. No way. They done made that decision not to do that. They trying to paint this narrative that this man is breaking the law and making these people up and making them go out of town to do the case. We're doing the case, but the whole time she was in Chicago. You can't, regardless if he did tell her to go somewhere and they went somewhere. That trial lasted from 2002 2008. This man ain't been high for 4 years just to because he don't know when the trial, you know what I'm saying, going to take place. For anybody to believe that salacious rumor is beyond ridiculous.
Right.
How you gonna hold somebody from the court? Oh yeah, back my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you a question. You spot on. That how is somebody gonna pay somebody and threaten somebody not to testify at the same time?
Exactly. If anything, you think about it. Oh, go ahead, Big Man. My bad.
Ain't no way. If I'm gonna threaten you, why the hell I'm gonna give you money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
If I'm making a threat, that means I'm telling you if you say something, I'm gonna fuck you up. Versus I'm gonna just pay you the money and say don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
But they want us to believe, certain shit, to be, as they perceive. That's why last night as I sat back and I thought about this shit, I say, man, I want to go back Man, I was up to 4 o'clock in the morning just going back, looking at videos from back then, looking at press conferences, listening to what people were saying. And the biggest thing was people was making the notion that the only reason why he won the case back then was because of the star witness not showing up to trial. And that was far from the truth. Chicago claimed that they had people to analyze the tape, and they said that the tape. Now they said the Chicago prosecutor said that the tape was authentic, but when they went to trial, and R.Kelly brought his own forensic analysts in there, they proved that the tape was not authentic.
And to be real, if you really sit there and watch that tape, you can't give me a specific, clear answer that there's chaos on that tape. For one, that could be R. Kelly looking like, you know how many people in the world that you're running around that look like R. Kelly? It was a guy in my neighborhood, man. I was going to tell the story, I never told it. He had a bald head, and we were little. We say that I say, Mom, that man look like R. Kelly. My mom used to cuss my mom used to say that never don't look like no R. Kelly. Wish he did look good as R. Kelly. Don't be saying that man look like R. Kelly. Like that could be anybody on that damn tape. And then if you look at Damon Pryor from a distance, hell look like R. Kelly to you. Them tapes you couldn't see a clear visual and be ahead on that was R. Kelly. And then like J Rock I always say, how can you have 3 or 4 additional haircuts in a tape that y'all claim to happen in 1998 and 1999, and then they keep talking about that Colorado room, that tape that was the one with the young lady getting urinated on. That tape wasn't even in no Colorado room. That tape was like it was in an office, and so you can't go by based off that. You know what I'm saying? Like for people really, what the issue is, the media is not pointing out the fact they're working in Mr. Kelly's favor. If they would do more than that, the whole world would be with R. Kelly. Just based off all this stuff we've been seeing the last past 5 years, going on 6 years now. What's going on? Mr. Kelly to be at home right now in his studio making hits. And I'll yield back.
Y'all know I told y'all I'm coming with it today, man.
Oh yeah, I see it, man.
I don't know if we played this one yet.
Oh, you ain't playing with it, hey, big boy.
This is one here. You're gonna hear the Chicago prosecutor saying that they had someone to authenticate the tapes, and they said that the tape was real.
Shocking development. Police arrested a popular singer on child pornography charges. NBC's Jim Avila has the details.
But first, I know it starts inside. The hottest rhythm and blues singer in America, R.Kelly, the man Vibe magazine called the new millennium Marvin Gaye, now in handcuffs, arrested in Florida and charged in Chicago with 21 heinous sex crimes against an underage girl. The key evidence, say police, a videotape made by the singer himself.
FBI forensics experts from Quantico have closely examined the tape. They tell us it's authentic.
A bullshit. A bullshit.
Wow.
Now, y'all just heard his attorney, right? R. Kelly attorney say, what did they determine in the courtroom? This is a press conference. But what was determined in the courtroom?
Forensics experts from Quantico have closely examined the tape. They tell us it's authentic.
Police say the 40-minute tape, which first surfaced.
Now, y'all heard when I told y'all, remember the time now. Remember the time. Did y'all just hear that? Do y'all remember the first time stamp they said?
27 minutes.
They said 27 minutes. Now, how do a tape go from 27 minutes to 40 minutes? How does a tape go from 27 minutes to 40 minutes? Or how do it go from 40 minutes to 27 minutes? If it's an authentic tape, then the time should be the same on each and every tape. How is the time going from 27 to 40? That means you editing a lot of shit out, or you cropped, or you adding a lot of shit in. One or the other. But some ain't right, and that's not authentic. If you say it was 27 minutes at one point, now it's 40 minutes now, or it was 40 minutes at one point, and now it's 27 minutes. No, that tape could not and should not be permitted into evidence because it's clear that the tape has been altered. It's clear.
"5 months ago was recorded inside Kelly's house on this Chicago street. He has since moved to this suburban mansion. The video already screened with a grand jury that returned a 3-page indictment accusing Kelly of, among other things, soliciting, taping, and performing sexual acts with a 14-year-old. Kelly's attorney says it's not him on the video, and the girl in question will back him up.
This charge, in fact, under this case, cannot be proven.
Kelly is best known for 2 upbeat R&B anthems, I Believe I Can Fly,
I believe I can fly.
and World's Greatest, which Kelly sang at the Winter Olympics. Even then, Kelly was proclaiming innocence and blaming his enemies for setting him up.
It upsets me really bad, you know what I'm saying? Because, first of all, I'm not aware of anything like that. And for people, unknown people, to make those statements against me is ridiculous.
After yesterday's arrest, Kelly released this statement, quote, "I have complete faith in our system of justice, and I am confident that when all the facts come out, people will see that I'm no criminal." The tape was first made public by the Chicago Sun-Times.
But what R. Kelly was not saying now is that they are not playing fair no more. They are not letting all the facts come out. They are not releasing all the details. They are only putting out what's going to make you look like the angry man or the aggressive or the predator that they want to perpetuate you as. So this media is this media biasness. And Malcolm X told us about this type of shit, man. The media had a power to make the innocent look guilty
and the guilty look innocent.
You see what I'm saying? But let's listen to fat ass Derek Goddess,
which turned it over to authorities investigating complaints of teen sex against Kelly. Music reporter Jim DeRogatis says he confirmed that it was Kelly on the tape by showing it to the 14-year-old's aunt.
Probably one of the worst things I've ever had to do as a reporter is sit with this woman and say, look, I don't want to show you this, but we need to make sure this girl is who we think this girl is.
Now a jury must decide if the man who sold 24 million records also made one videotape that could end his career. For today, Jim Avila, NBC News, Chicago.
Dick Devine is Cook County State's attorney. Mr. Devine, good morning.
Good morning, Ann.
Mr. Kelly's attorney says that your case cannot be proven. So how strong is your evidence?
Well, we don't bring charges unless we believe we have the basis for a case. And this is the result of a long investigation. The Chicago Police Department, our office, others were involved. And we filed the charges because we believe there is a solid basis in the evidence for the case.
Well, Kelly denies he is the man on the tape. So what evidence do you have specifically that he is the man on the tape?
Well, I can't go into too many specifics because this is still a matter that is to be tried, but I can tell.
So why you can't go into Pacific, but this other man in Florida said that they had analysts to confirm that the tape was authentic. So why you don't want to go into Pacific?
Tell you that that is obviously one of the things that you check out as on your newspaper, on your recent report that you just did. The identity is one of the first things that you look at, and I'm sure everyone can expect we spent some time doing that, especially after Mr. Kelly went on TV a couple of weeks ago and denied that it was him.
Now, I understand that your investigators talked to some 50 people. Are these people who could just simply identify Mr. Kelly?
Is that number 50? It's ironic that number 50 popped up in New York, right? Y'all talked to 50 people, huh? Y'all had 50 people that y'all gave immunity during the New York trial as well. Man, these people, boy, they coming out this man like goddamn sharks come out the blood and water.
By seeing the tape, or are there people who actually were involved with the making of the tape who are among the people you'll bring to trial?
Well, again, I can't go into too many specifics, but needless to say, among the 50 people were a number that knew R.Kelly very well and can identify him, as well as the young lady on the tape. So we feel very confident in the identifications. That's not a major issue as far as we can tell.
Speaking of the young lady, apparently the family, we're hearing the family of the girl alleged to be in this video is going to not deny that it's her. That sounds like that's going to hurt your case.
Well, you like the cooperation of everybody, but we have to remember here what we're talking about is the protection of young children from sexual predators. It's very important that the community do that. We have the laws to do it, and we're going to enforce them. We have the evidence, we believe, in this case, and whether or not particular individuals cooperate. We hope they'll cooperate.
What did you say? So they said they got the evidence whether the individuals cooperate or not. Whether the individuals cooperate or not, they felt they had the evidence to prove it. This is something when we go back here and look at this stuff in just a second, because I got more I want to show y'all. I got more I want to show y'all. Just a second, y'all. Just a second, y'all. I hope y'all having a good day today, man. And all right, let's go. Let's go with it. What's going on, Larry?
Kelly immediately denied he was the man on the tape. I'm not a guy that would do this, what people are saying. But at the same time that R. Kelly was issued, some swiftly rendered their own verdict about the tape.
35 minutes of disgustingness. The girl looked no more than 14 years old.
But the court of public opinion isn't the court of law. In a criminal trial, nothing is assumed to be obvious, and everything must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. In the child pornography case against R. Kelly, lawyers will have to prove that the tape is what it appears to be. Prosecutors must leave no doubt R. Kelly is the man on the tape. The girl is underage, and the tape is authentic. These three facts are crucial, and each has been contested by Kelly and his lawyers, beginning with the tape itself. In this interview 2 years ago, Kelly claimed the tape was a complete fiction, invented by special effects.
I'm not a professional in that area. I do know this.
J-Rock, you caught that right, J-Rock. Now it's 35 minutes. So now we got the same tape. Now we got the same tape. And now this tape then went from 27 minutes to 40 minutes to 35 minutes.
It's not me. And
Years ago, Kelly claimed the tape was a complete fiction, invented by special effects.
I'm not a professional in that area. I do know this. It's not me. And if it's gotten me to this point, sitting in this chair talking to you about this, then it's obvious somebody that is real good at doctoring or whatever they did.
In this media age, the great technology that lets us do fabulous things in movies and music videos makes the prosecution's case far more difficult.
Kelly's lawyers have claimed specifically that their client's image was superimposed on the video, a practice said to be common in pornography. But that claim has already been challenged by the FBI, according to Chicago police.
FBI forensics experts from Quantico have closely examined the tape. They tell us it's authentic.
It should be noted that Kelly's defense team vigorously denies this claim that the FBI has authenticated the tape. To bolster,
and apparently they never authenticated the tape, because how did you get to trial and the analysts come back and say that the tape was bullshit? But that's what they were doing, was gaslighting the media. They was gaslighting the public by saying, "Oh, we got forensics that then analyze this tape and it's real." You know what I'm saying? But then when they go to trial and R.Kelly get his analyst, the analyst came in there and they said that this tape was not authentic. That didn't get to the public though. But what they did say, well, instead of us putting that out to the public, we're gonna tell the public, well, the young lady on the tape would not participate. So, you know, that's why he was able to get found not guilty on all counts.
That's no false narratives in that propaganda, man.
Yeah.
You see what they do? Y'all, we seeing what they do. And this is the shit they was doing in 2002 to 2008 on a lower level. And what they did, they studied that shit. They studied how they fucked up. They studied what they didn't do right back then. And then when they came back in 2019, they made sure they crossed every T and dotted every I.
It's like they was holding on to it.
The media can manipulate to make the innocent look guilty.
Load up.
If you go like the lady
he won.
Like that lady just said in that clip you just played, Big Vibe, you can't go out public, you know what I'm saying, perception. You gotta go out what's going on in the courtroom, and when we're on that courtroom 08, they proved that he wasn't not guilty. So the the federal court had to go back, like you said, and fix it, dot their I's, cross their T's, and fix everything. And got him what he did was not able to be acquitted, you know, in the federal case, because for one, at the one time you had Michael Avenatti coming out. Well, we got a tape that there was him that he got the mold on his back. He was going to CNN, putting it all on Twitter and all that, saying that shit. They, like you said, they studied that 08 case real good in order for him to get that conviction in Chicago this time in the federal court. Because if you look at the facts, if that young lady didn't come to court to testify in the federal court, he would have got acquitted again, because they would have let that forensic expert come in. He would have been acquitted of all charges, because it's common sense that those tapes were doctored. And not only that, and I'll go back to the point of we let people come in here like Charles Freeman testify, saying that he had possession of child pornography, but he wasn't going to turn it over until he got $1 million. I don't understand how somebody, a jury with a smart mind, will convict Mr. Kelly of him being on that tape when you got this man here holding the tape and the damn federal government ain't doing nothing about it.
Exactly. It don't make no sense.
It don't make sense. That's stupid.
Let's take a look at this right quick, because now we finna go take a look. We finna go take a look at. Now you hear the news reporter say, "Hey, I just bought a tape from somebody on the streets for $50." They say these tapes is being mass reproduced and sold on the streets for $10. So that means if they selling the tape for $10, that means that it had to be hundreds of thousands of tapes out there because there wasn't no rarity to this tape. You know, it would have cost way more than $10. But why did out of everybody who got a hold of that tape and everybody that said it was a young lady, everybody that felt like it was Kel, why was Jim Derogatis the one who say, I'm gonna make the call and turn it in to the police? Well, let me help y'all out right quick. Let me help us. Let's help this out right.
And how do we know then who is that the original tape that they got?
Let's help this out right.
Been in so many times.
Let's help this out right quick. Let's take a look at this, and I want y'all to pay close attention to this video.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, I don't know, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or how about simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, I would never say these things. It's not in the public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. It's a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. That's a time when we need to rely on trusted news sources. It may sound basic, but how we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of fucked up dystopia. Thank you. And stay woke, bitches.
Ooh. Now, who is this produced by? Hold on. Show y'all who they're produced by. It's so ironic that
BuzzFeed, wow. But does he play a mental part in this too?
Look at who it was produced by. How ironic is it that Jim Derogatis got this goddamn tape and BuzzFeed is the people behind creating the deep fake. They are creating the deep fake. They have the technology to do this shit. And not only that, I gotta go to the other video that show you that they would take celebrities and insert them into pornography videos. BuzzFeed was doing this shit. So for me, when I think about this shit, what makes me so upset with it is the fact that, you know, the people will run with the narrative saying, well, the girl didn't show up. That's the only reason why, you know, the man won this, that, and the third. But hell no. We inside here today and uncovered the reason why the man won.
After their contention that Kelly himself is the man on the tape, prosecutors will attempt to prove that the video was made here, in Kelly's former Chicago mansion. MTV News cameras were granted exclusive access to the home, though the current owners asked us not to film the room where the sex tape was allegedly made. Instead, we obtained these images of that room, nicknamed the Colorado Room for its Western log cabin interior, from a realtor's website. Look for prosecutors to compare images like these to those on the sex tape.
Now, where the hell that tree and shit go?
Here, there's a lot of distinctive features to the room. It's not your typical white room with four flat walls.
But even if the jury is convinced that that is Kelly on the tape and that the tape is authentic, they still face a major hurdle.
The case against R.Kelly is complicated by the fact that there's no accuser. Like Kelly, the girl alleged to be on the tape says it wasn't me.
She denied it. Her mom and her dad denied it, and a few other people have denied it.
She's gone in front of the grand jury and under oath denied that this occurred.
From my perspective, doesn't matter how many times she says she's not the person in that video. I would be very willing to bet that there are some relatives of hers who will even identify
She took that high-five
her.
In fact, the prosecution's witness list does include numerous family members of the girl in question, most notably Aunt Sparkle.
Oh
and
yeah.
Sparkle. How ironic that Jim Derogatis knew to call the auntie of an alleged unknown person that nobody in the world knew who she was, but Jim Derogatis. Oh, that's Sparkle's niece.
And knowing that Sparkle and R.Kelly had a falling out with each other.
It's all about revenge. It was all about revenge.
That was revenge porn, people.
What up, Provo?
A former music protege of Kelly, Sparkle has publicly declared that the girl in the video is her young niece. Sparkle says her niece, who's now around 20, was just 14 at the time the tape was made.
She was 14, maybe like 14 and a half, as you know, the young kids may say.
Sure.
She was definitely that age.
She 20 in 2002. Then you say she was 14, but they say the tape was produced in between 98 and 99. Boy, that's a lot of fucking years.
Stretch it on out.
98, 99, but it's 2002. Then she say she was 14. That's 6 years. From 14 to 20 is 6 years. From 98, 99 to 2002. That ain't no damn 6 years. That's beyond.
That's 4 years.
Hey, look, that's how.
So what that tell you? What that sound like? If she was 14, provoked in 2002, she 20, but they say the tape was produced between 98 and 99.
Sound like 16 to me. Sound like 18 to me. Sound like y'all don't know what. Yeah, it sound like y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about to me. Sound like y'all made some stuff up to me.
You see what I'm saying? Well, the more you let them talk and you go back and you listen to this shit and you listen to it, you like, hold on, man. Like you catch, man. I'm telling you, I was up to 4 o'clock last night looking for videos, looking through these videos, listening to this shit, listening to what's being said, different videos. But Sam Adams Jr., he did his shit though.
If the defense is smart, they'll try and discredit this woman, say anybody that's coming forward is just out to smear R. Kelly.
But Sparkle's words aren't the only evidence available to prosecutors. The singer also identified her niece as an aspiring rapper.
Darling, darling,
MTV News uncovered this music video featuring the girl, and she does appear to be quite young. The video...
They don't want us to see them braids, right? Because the girl in the video
didn't have
braids. This girl had braids all the time. All shit you see, all old pictures you see of this girl, she had braids in her head all the time.
Not only that, she had braces too.
But Sparkle didn't dress.
It was reportedly produced around the same time as the alleged sex tape. A connection process.
Hold on. I ain't trying to be no creep or nothing. Hold on.
MTV News uncovered this music video featuring the girl, and she does appear to be quite young. The video was reportedly produced around the same time as the alleged sex tape.
And around the same time, these people was touring overseas, this group.
Connection prosecutors may use in their attempt to prove the girl was a minor.
But what did they use in 2022? They used a necklace.
Wow.
They used a cross necklace. The testimony. Oh man.
The sex tape too can offer clues to the girl's age. A Backstreet Boys track released in...
There you go, Derek. Did you talk about that?
Well, yeah, I sure did.
1998 can be heard playing in the background, as can the Spice Girls' Too Much, a single from earlier that same year. Potentially more telling, though, is the sound of a commercial for a company that went out of business in 2000, a detail that could help the DA more precisely pinpoint when the video was made.
Now, the case against R. Kelly will be tried at this courthouse before a jury of 12 men and women selected from the surrounding community. Now, who they are and what they believe will have a decisive effect on the verdict.
There is a high percentage of minorities here, African Americans, Hispanics, and Kelly can expect to see a fair number, especially at the 26th in California courthouse location where this is.
The courthouse is located on the south side of Chicago, where you can find some of the city's poorest and toughest neighborhoods. Now, the lawyers for R. Kelly and the prosecution will make their jury selection carefully, hoping to find people that are sympathetic to their side.
If I am R. Kelly's lawyer, I want people who are skeptical of the law. I want people who believe and have life experience or read about the fact that cops set people up. They make rushes to judgment, that the cops sort of make the decisions and then they go look for the evidence. By the way, in the community in which this case is going to be tried, there will be a fair number of people whose life experience is just that.
You really want to get a jury of R. Kelly's peers and not have people that aren't going to understand the music industry and where he comes from and understand that there's a lot of quote unquote groupies and women that come around and want to kind of throw themselves at celebrities and R&B singers such as R. Kelly.
The prosecution, on the other hand, will be
where did the common sense go?
You see what
that
I'm
was
saying?
A common sense statement. Where did the common sense go?
Why? And that's what you heard. I don't know how long you've been listening though. When they asked Faith Evans about, has she like, I hadn't seen the tape. She said, but I understand being a celebrity, certain shit just come with it. You know what I'm saying? With fans and different shit. I mean, that don't mean that a person is guilty of some shit. You know what I'm saying? But this man could really be having his pick of the litter. And you mean to tell me that he gonna be sitting around here doing some shit like this? All of a sudden, you fire everybody, get rid of motherfuckers. All of a sudden, now your career going down the drain.
Trying to select jurors who follow the rules.
Prosecution jurors are clearly looking for people who find child pornography offensive and don't care who's responsible and what the circumstances are.
Before any jury member steps into the courthouse, however, he or she will have spent years in the court of public opinion.
You got the Olsen twins over there, so then you got to put R. Kelly way up there.
That's why Will Smith smacked the shit out your stupid ass.
The jury forms a lot of their ideas and opinions from the media coverage.
That coverage has been extensive. Even popular movies like Barbershop 2 have weighed in on the charges against Kelly.
Something wrong with R. Kelly, man.
Y'all see the tape? I think it was set up. Oh, you set up now. He set up the camera.
In Chicago, it's no laughing matter. The appearance of the videotape has divided the African American community.
This is what we think about him and his music.
It's just music that he does or whatever. We don't care about what you do. It's like Bill Clinton. I don't care that you slept with Monica Lewinsky. It's the same thing. You're a good president. He's a good artist.
The reason I don't listen to his music is because of the scandals. I don't like the whole persona and everything like that.
Get your goof ass on.
I swear to God.
I support him even though he is going through this case.
That's like P. Diddy's song.
But I'm one of his fans, so I support him whatever he does.
You might be at home talking over the dinner table saying, oh, that's wrong. I really wish that brother could help for that. But on the other hand,
let's say she authored I Believe I Can Fly. What the fuck? Let me see that.
And so I support him whatever he does.
You might be.
Yeah. Kim Delaney, author, I Can Fly. The R. Kelly story. Okay. I gotta look into
at home talking over the dinner table saying, oh, that's wrong. I really wish that brother could help for that. But on the other hand, you don't want to see the white man get him.
Comedian Dave Chappelle explored this racial tension in a recent skit.
We're talking about a justice system that had 500 people whose cases were overturned by DNA evidence. I seen a tape with 5 cops beat up, and they said that they had a reasonable doubt. I got my doubts too, all right?
Racial tension has long been a reality in Chicago, but in recent months, explosive comments from a few white firefighters have made it worse. They've gone on the radio vowing not to help blacks in an emergency.
If your house ever catches fire, you'd better make sure that there are black firemen on hand.
Swear to God, run, nigga, run.
Run, nigga, run.
Compare the racial climate in Chicago to the heated atmosphere surrounding the O.J. Simpson trial in 1995. Back then, the division between black and white was as divisive as that between guilt and innocence. Some fear the race card could tip the scales of justice.
There's one expression that scares me a little bit. It's known as jury nullification. It's what I think happened in the O.J. Simpson case. More than enough evidence there to convict him of the crime. That jury took less than 3 hours to say, we don't think he did it. I don't think because they believed he didn't, but they just nullified. They weren't willing to convict on the law.
Here you're talking about a hometown boy who's made it good, who's risen from the depths of the South Side ghetto almost of Chicago.
Look at this bitch right here, boy. I swear for God, boy. Oh, boy. I mean, I wish I could slap her with both hands.
And people in Chicago are proud of him.
Our urban community are true fans and true supporters, and Rob will have support to the end. And when I say that, I mean that, you know, the Lord calls him home.
R.Kelly is innocent. Chicago courts aren't as forgiving as music fans. In fact, the city's criminal courts are among the harshest in the country when it comes to trying cases involving children and pornography.
These are just the most serious charges that really anybody can be charged with in terms of people having such a disdain for this type of conduct.
If he's guilty, he's over. That's what I think.
That's why your wife left your dumb ass. Gotcha.
Damn, Big Five.
Chicago has rarely seen a case like Kelly's, however, and it's difficult to predict how the city and its legal system would treat their favorite son.
He's a star. He's the hope of so many people. So he's supposed to win. He's supposed to win.
Then her name was Kim. Then I thought the lady that helped him out when he went through what he did, gave him the bail money. Wasn't that woman named Kim? I don't know. I'm just tripping. I'm just thinking, man.
World's greatest.
You got a lot of Kims on this side, man.
R.Kelly.
Stop playing that bullshit ass Jay-Z music in the background.
See, he's the main reason why he in there.
All right, man. What's up? What's up, fellas? Man, what's up?
Man, how you doing, man? And what is really going on, man? Jeff done took off. I was gonna shout out my guy.
Oh no, I'm here. What up, D Money? I'm here.
What up with you, bro? Man, I've been needing you, man. You've been MIA. I know you got your own shit. You know what I'm saying? But we need you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna be popping back out more, man. You know, I just started a new gig, and the hours is totally different from what I was doing. So I had to reconstruct some things, take some time off. But I'm gonna be back, popping back out more often, and be over there chopping it up with you too, bro.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? Hey, it's been an interesting week. You know what I'm saying? Big Vibe been helping me along. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good, interesting week, man, and we're gonna keep it rolling. I see Big Vibe has been inspired to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I see you over there getting it in, man, keeping the commentary busting, man. So salute to you, man, and the success on the channel, man. You know, I love to see it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That's all it take, man. A little bit consistency or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just got a couple phone calls, man, and people were asking me, asking me questions about, you know, different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was this or how? You know, and the biggest in one of the biggest notions I wanted to put to rest or try to bring attention to is this man wasn't found not guilty because the young lady didn't come to court. That was by far the reason why he didn't get he was not found guilty. He was not found guilty because the fucking tape was bullshit. We talking about a tape that we just heard 3 different times timestamp. 27 minutes, 35 minutes, and 40 minutes. Come on, man. When we talk about a tape, that shit has to be consistent across the board. It's okay to want to see somebody, but it's okay to want to see somebody go down. But if you want to see them go down, man, you know, do it. Let it be fair. Make it fair. You know what I'm saying? Not because of your emotions, not because of your feelings. Let the worst do the job.
You know, the worst part of this to me is the lack of journalistic integrity. You know, where are the people that supposed to research these things before they put it out? But when it comes to this, man, it just seemed like that doesn't even apply. You know, they just run with whatever narrative that the media puts out there. But
And
when you look
it's-
at, yeah, go ahead, brother. My bad.
And it's like they saying, "Oh, we got all the facts right here," but at the same time, they didn't do their own research.
Exactly.
Right.
They just
And
go
y'all
and buy
heard
what they
that.
hear.
Just a second. Y'all heard what they just said in that last clip. He say they did the same shit this time. The people, they will come out and they'll come out and make an arrest, and then when they arrest you, then they'll build a case around against you. They just said they did the same shit. So they was doing this shit in Chicago back then. They were just arresting people, then building a case after they made the arrest, versus having a case and then coming to make an arrest. That's crazy. They did the same shit in 2019. They didn't have a case. Kim Fox said, "Well, we wasn't investigating R. Kelly before." But you see, back then, when he was going to trial, if it would have been a surviving R. Kelly back then, he probably would have been found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, R. Kelly wasn't convicted by the court. He was convicted by public opinion. For one, he had the documentary out, you know what I'm saying, taint everybody's minds and you know what I'm saying, have air, because once he was put at 08 trial, nobody really wasn't thinking about this stuff. So basically, he was convicted of public opinion. And to be honest, the East case, they didn't have no solid evidence to convict him on. If you read the transcript of each case from New York to Chicago, it's clear that these women were flat out liars. And then the thing about it is, they didn't follow the right protocol. To me, they didn't follow the right protocol. My thing is, if someone is a victim of sexual battery or sexual assault, you would think that you would want to go to the police. But none of these women went to the police. They didn't no rape kits. They didn't show no photo identification where they've been abused and beaten on. To me, all I think what happened was the feds see surviving R. Kelly, took what was on surviving R. Kelly and ran with it and came in the courtroom and put the case together because they knew that they was going to get an easy conviction because they knew that this man was tainted. The jury was tainted everybody in the world and watch Survivor. How can you go into the courtroom and defend yourself after seeing it? And I think the feds, you know what I'm saying, knew that. And I'll yield back.
Keep it all in real, man. Surviving R. Kelly is a powerful tool. That's one of the most powerful things I've ever watched. I mean, it had everything. It had police sirens. It had gong music. It had dark color.
Sound.
You know what I'm saying? It had dark backgrounds and shit.
Just to make him look bad.
Yeah, crying, and then you had therapists and you had
body analysts,
fake ass R&B singers like John Legend, and you got
a sellout.
I mean, all of this shit. What's going on, Darlene? How you doing? But anyway, you got all of these people that came on to put this smear campaign on, and it gaslit people. People don't understand. I'm like, man, that time of in our life, that was when most of I ain't never seen so many people get gaslit like that between 2018 and 19.
Yeah.
And 20. Like 2018, 2019, 2020, gaslight. That's all that they was doing. You know, making people feel a ways about shit that they ain't even have to feel no type of way about. Because if you look at this whole situation, it was all speculation and all opinion and all conjecture and all, well, this could have happened. And then you got people going in this house lying and saying this is the room I was trapped in and all this shit, just gaslight the shit out of everybody. Mm-hmm. So you know, so yeah. I mean, so you can't damn near can't blame the idiots for being the idiot. You damn near can't blame them. Now, we tried to rein these fools in, but they spaz out, you know, when they hear like a number, like 14 or 15, they, but no, hell no, he a monster. Get away from me. You must like little girls too. You can never get past them because they gaslit the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
And I was,
yeah, go ahead.
And I was saying on Provoke's channel last night, and I was saying regarding the ages, when every time a black entertainer or a black singer or anybody, when it comes into their 50s, it's always some bullshit going on. It's always BS. Like saying like Bill Cosby, he was about to trying to buy NBC, and they came up with something. Like R. Kelly about to own his masters, and here comes some. Michael Jackson was trying to buy Marvel, and here comes something stopping him.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't
First,
want black person to own nothing. They never do.
what's going on, fellas?
What's up,
What's
Vic?
up with it,
It's
Lex?
the third game.
Oh man, ain't nothing. First of all, man, I wanna commend everybody on the panel, man, for taking the time out to do the reading and doing whatever it takes to try to get the information out there. We don't get a lot of people doing what we're trying to get done. So I just want to commend you guys for branching out, getting your own channels. I hadn't got mine yet, but it's in the makings. But I do just want to commend everybody for keep going on with the truth, man, because a lot of people, you got three categories. You got people who are lazy, they don't want to read, they don't want to take out the time to try to read what we've been putting out, or they don't want to do their own research. You got people who are also they're self-conflicted with their own beliefs. They don't want to believe there's two sides to every story, and sometimes there's three sides to every story. Then you got people who dealing with stuff at home, but they don't want to go get help with. So any kind of thing they hear on the media, they're gonna run with it instead of going and do the research. And we've already done the researchers out there, but they don't want to believe it. So I've been listening ever since y'all was talking about the tape. And my thing is, I've told a lot of people, how in the hell everybody's seen the video in the past? Why was there no sound? And why was there no sound about a 14-year-old so-and-so baked potato being mentioned on the tape back then, but all of a sudden now you hear somebody saying, come get this 14-year-old baked potato. So when you tell them something like that, they can't even fathom it. All they can do is say, well, he got convicted. Now that ain't got nothing to do with it. They didn't do it right. So in this appeal, I want to know who's going to come out after it's all said and done. Who will be the person to come out and break down everything and say, this is what really happened that started R. Kelly's downfall, from Barry Hangerson to Sparkle to Big Jimmy Dean sausages. Who's going to be the one come out and say, this is what really happened, and that's why it happened, because of this big old fat sucker him?
All of them going to come out eventually.
Well, ain't number one person came out.
They need to come out. We gonna bring them out. Bring your goofy ass out, Jim Barry Goddess. Bring your goofy old ass out, Barry Hankerson. Come on, Sparkle. Shit.
I can't wait to see. They ought to put that sucker on paper. Put Jim Barry Goddess on pay-per-view and make his ass get on the stand.
You know,
the whole Jennifer don't win an appeal on the retrial. His ass gonna testify this time. She gonna probably make that up.
No more pleading
Maybe
fifth.
just issue. If he get a new trial, he gonna testify this time.
Yeah, go to Jim Barry Goddard's house and make sure he got all plastic windows, because we don't want to hear talking about somebody broke out his windows. So put all plastic windows in there.
And no more immunities, because that was the biggest red flag.
Right.
Then they say the girl. Now this shit is so crazy though. The young lady went to the grand jury and said it wasn't her. Her mama went to the grand jury and said it wasn't her. The daddy went to the grand jury and said it wasn't her. But instead of it, the prosecution bringing the young lady into court and putting her on the stand under oath, they went and found people that said they knew her, family members, school teachers, dumb shit. Like, make it make sense. Then why not go get the girl?
You know what? That's crazy, Big Boss. They went and got this girl's basketball coach and have him to testify it wasn't her on the tape. How would you know? You must was looking at this girl when she, you know what I'm saying, changing clothes at the gym or something in the shower. So how you know why she looking her body? He was describing somebody. That girl. That's strange too. They subpoena her basketball coach to come to testify back in 08.
Yeah, nobody thought back then to ask the same question that you said, Vi. How the hell did you find a tape in the mailbox, or somebody deliver a tape in your mailbox? You look at the tape and automatically know that it's somebody that you don't even know, daughter or granddaughter or relative, and you got their number. All of a sudden, you know how to call them and get in contact with them. That's two things. That's a two red flag right there. One of them, You say it's their daughter, and you got their phone number. How the hell you gonna have somebody's phone number but you don't even know?
This is my opinion.
You know
What
what I'm
happened?
saying?
The Barry Hankerson, you know what I'm saying, got somebody to steal that damn tape. He probably got it from Lisa Van Allen or they got General. They took the tape, doctor tape, gave it to Jim Dare guy. They know Jim Dare guys worked in the media. They said, hey, we need you to push this out and say, R.Kelly is sleeping with these underage girls. And Sparkle, we need you and Sparkle to come out and do a media run. Sparkle ass lied and said that a lawyer, you know what I'm saying, showed her
And the lawyer came out and told her,
and
and
the
she
lawyer
lied.
came out and said that was a damn lie.
She was a lying motherfucker.
She been
So
lying
between
for
that,
years.
so between that time frame, that's when the tape supposedly had them dropped, and everybody all in their feelings, and that's when the tape dropped. So between them three people, that's where your setup starts at.
Because if you think about it, the tapes that was in the Chicago
What's up,
trial,
man?
the government owned
You know
Star
what
Witness. One of the
Pokemon
government
card?
witness, Keith Morrell said that when he looked at the tape, it was regular child, it was not child, regular pornography. It wasn't no child pornography. And then
And then
another government, no, then another
What you
witness
doing with
for
that card,
R.
man?
Kelly seen the tape, and he said the same thing that the government witness said. How the government witness Keith Morrell gonna say it was not child pornography, it was regular pornography. Then another person that don't know Keith Morrell, I think the guy name was, I forgot the guy name. He testified for the R. Kelly and Darren Davis. He testified when he seen the tape. It was Drill and Lisa Van Allen. These two men don't even know each other, and they both saying the same thing. And Keith Morrell was a part of the extortion plot.
question when they came to the court and did the video or whatever, they put it on a CD, right, or DVD.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
it.
so they, since they did that, I thought about the movie The Rising Sun, and the movie The Rising Sun came out in 98, 91 or something like that. So that means that the splicing that they were doing, they had that technology back then, because in that same movie, they framed this guy raping this woman, and they put his face on somebody else's face, and they tried to convict him on that. So that goes to show you that they done something like that. They had to get it from somewhere. So there you go, right there.
Yep, China. Then I look at this China custody play there, and this tape was
Oh
went from
yeah,
one
yeah,
hand.
China.
He was in everybody's damn hand, but R. Kelly. Lisa
Yeah.
Van Allen got it. He gave it to Charles Freeman. The baby daddy got it. Barry
Then you
Hankerson
got,
had it. Jim Dallas had it. Everybody
yeah,
had the damn thing R. Kelly, but he the man on trial, go on the court for it. But y'all claim a child for now, but y'all let these people travel across state lines, sell it, extort a man for it, but no charge for brought up on him. That's why I always stated. I said this case was a fucking rat race, and this man should never been with the trial in '08 or federal case in Chicago, because this case was surrounded by clear extortion from Lisa Van Allen from a person who claimed she was on a tape with a minor. Okay, you was on a tape with a minor. Why you didn't turn the tape over to the police? But you kept the tape, gave it to Charles Freeman and keep Morrell in Kansas to hold on to it for you so you can extort him. But you as the judge and the government, y'all allowed all that shit to happen, and y'all brought a case upon, and y'all knew that these people was. That's why y'all gave them immunity, because y'all know they was liars, and they goddamn was extorting this man for their tape.
yeah. They're trying to keep their position up in the higher rankings, and that ain't gonna hold, because when the appeal go down,
It's
I'm
it's
looking
all
for
popping.
I'm looking for this judge, Leavenworth, and old home girl, the crib keeper. I'm looking for her to go on and lose her job. She's going to file for unemployment or something.
Yeah, I want to touch on this real quick. I know Big Bob said that he was talking about the appellate court, but when I was listening to the argument with Jennifer, my perception is this: is I think they're going to grant Mr. Kelly a new trial. She was just asking her, okay, are you sure he's okay with it? Because it's possible he can get more time, and his time can be, you know what I'm saying, be cut from concurrent to consecutive. to me, my thing is, Jennifer know what she's doing. I think if he win that case, and he get a new trial, everybody that didn't come in that case, she gonna have everything to work from the old case too. So, and Jennifer stated that the worst thing that can't nothing worse happen. The only thing can happen to him working his favor is that he's gonna get the same time or he's gonna get less time, because you gotta look at the facts of it. This man got 5 extra years on his 20-year sentence off a charge that he was
acquitted of.
found not guilty on, and it was acquitted
Yeah.
of. And Jeff already stated if Lennon Webber, when they got back down the court to Lennon Webber, and if he changed his concurrent sentence to a consecutive sentence, give him more additional time, she said she ready to take it. She gonna take it to the Supreme Court. So regardless, Cal ain't got nothing to lose. If he don't fight it, and he get a new trial, or he get it overturned, he still can go to the appellate court and get that overlooked. Because regardless of how it turns out, he's still facing 30 years in New York, and he's still facing 20 years. So I say go for it, because if you ain't at this point, his back up against the wall. He ain't got nothing to lose. So my advice to Ms. Kelly, anything that can help you, and if you feel like she can get the right evidence, the right, you know what I'm saying, legal experts in, do it. I say, man,
But
go
the
for
thing
it.
with the thing with the Chicago, right, which is, that consecutive and concurrent is a big deal. It's a big deal because concurrent is you serving your time together. You serving both things together. But that consecutive, that means when one sentence ends, then the next sentence starts. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't like the fact that, like, I like what Jennifer said. She said, well, then if he invoking his amendment right, and he feel like he was overcharged by the judge's own decision, why should he be punished for speaking out?
That's
You know what I'm
basically
saying?
that's basically what you're saying.
That's all I'm
Right.
saying. You know what I'm saying? When the judge say he can get more time, or the judge can do this, do that, and the third, well then, wow, you mad because he called you out on your bullshit? And I got it on the screen right here, as y'all see. This is Lennon Webber's statement. He said the sentence that I would have given probably would have been higher than the guideline, probably because of some of the points that the government has indicated. I think that while the jury spoke on the issues of whether he had obstructed justice, there certainly he said there certainly was evidence that I could find by a preponderance that he obstructed justice. How? When the man was found not guilty.
Yeah, if anybody obstructed justice, it was the judicial system. Both of them, Lynn Weller and old homegirl. Y'all were changing the wordings and everything, making everything one-sided for the darn prosecution team. So we all saw that. So y'all the one obstructing justice.
But if that's
Yeah.
the case, then nobody should have got off on instruction then. If you see the preponderant evidence that, well, the jury didn't see something you didn't see. So if he do go back, that's my thing. I say, Mr. Kelly, I go for it. You got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah. But it's clear
And
right now that he used acquitted acts to go over the guideline of giving this man this extra time, 100 and some months over the guideline. You know what I'm saying? Why are you talking about you can prove that he obstructed when he was found not guilty? You put this in your statement, Lenny Webber, and Jennifer gave this information to that judge during that little briefing or whatever. What up, Uncle Muse? I see you in here.
Mr. Kelly can't get more time, because from the expo fact, from my understanding, from the expo facto stuff and the stuff they was talking about in the appeal case, the minimum he can get for the chop when he was found guilty on the chop is up to 5 to 10 years. But Lennon Welber added another 5 years on it because he claimed he saw some obstruction shit with the jury, found him not guilty. That's how he got the 20 years and 1 year concurrent. He's thinking, Lennon Webber thinking, I'm gonna do that, so he won't have to come back and fight it. But if, like Jennifer said, if he go back to trial and he get found guilty again, Jennifer gonna take it to the Supreme Court in an appeal that. But Mr. Kelly probably gonna go. Well, my take is he gonna see what's going on in New York first before he, you know what I'm saying, go along with the Chicago, because it's clear his main focus right now is to get that 30 years, you know what I'm saying, that RICO case overturned, which it is. Jennifer stated that there was no RICO. So if he get New York out the way, and Lyndon Weber can't go up on the sentence, because for one, if y'all get what I'm saying, he can only be charged for a minimum.
Well, the thing is, though,
4
Lil Mac,
years.
we do gotta take is at the judge's discretion. Well, the judge can do whatever the judge choose to do. So we can say he can't do it, but as you saw, as we all have witnessed in this case, with these cases with R. Kelly, these judges can do what they want to do, but then you gotta have your lawyer to take it to higher courts to put it back into its perspective. But these judges, it's their courtroom while you're in there, so they can do what they want to do. But
you
you
just have
just
to.
gotta have you a good lawyer, a good attorney that's gonna fight for you and go to the higher courts when it get like this, because like she say, if he gonna sentence him to more time, then that would be like he's taking out, he's taking out his frustration because R. Kelly spoke out.
Yeah, he got to perceive. He got a preconceived notion to do it, because the same thing with old Aaron Donald did. I mean, he gonna say, "Oh, I was already gonna do this anyway." So that's a preconceived notion right there. So it's going to end up probably going. I hate to say it, but it probably end up going to the Supreme
I
Court, where
want
he's
to
gonna
see
end up
it,
winning.
man. I want to
I
see
don't
it. What up, I'm gonna show y'all why I want to see it. This is why I want to see it. I want to see it look just like
Among
this.
our major arguments have been the fact that there were multiple prosecution witnesses who gave inconsistent statements that kept changing, and that some of these clearly had no case against the R&B king, but were never. Take a look. Take a look.
Rationale for introducing the testimony of the 3 uncharged victims.
The testimony of Young, Dunning, and Wolf, as Justice Burke found, was directly probative of defendant's state of mind.
Why wasn't that accomplished with the 3 women who were complainants? I mean, that for me is the problem. You already have 3 women who give you 3 different types of stories of the horrors they allege they experienced with him.
That's what I want to see.
One that I didn't have the money, I be having some money. I said, and that motherfucker looked locked up. I said, oh, yeah, God.
That's what I want to see. I want to see that. I want to see it look like that, man. Take it there. Because we seen all the uncharged acts that were brought in, all the bad act witnesses that were brought in, all of these motherfuckers who was given immunity to testify. I want to see it go to the higher court.
But yeah, another thing too, people ain't mentioned, for Pauline and the other lady, Jennifer put in her appellate brief that she wants those charges that he was found guilty on thrown out, because they based that upon something that was going on with Rashonda. So you can't say, okay, he did this with the Lansfield girl, he got to be guilty of this. They didn't prove no evidence that he did none of this stuff with Pauline and Brittany. So once,
but you gotta even question that, little Mac. They say he guilty of the shit with Roshana, but they deny her the restitution.
Right. That's the point. That's a great point you brought. That's what I was saying. Like, how you gonna convict him off Rashonda? That's what Jennifer stated in her motion. And then the ex post facto thing is they charged R. Kelly. They went back to the old law. Well, not the old law, the new law. They literally have a sense upon the new law. But the thing about it is, you sentence them on the new law. These crimes happened before the Congress passed that bill to go back. That's what Jennifer arguing in the pill. How you gonna charge her for something that happened in 1998, but the Congress didn't put that law into the 2003? Now, if Rashonda and the government, all those people would have came back and charged them with that case in 2003, they would have had a case and he couldn't do nothing about it. If he, let's say, quote unquote, he did this, and they want to, you know what I'm saying, charge him in 03, they had the right to do the ex post facto, but the crimes that they accused them of took place before the Congress passed that law. So that's what Jennifer said. They can't use the retro law against them because they didn't put it. They didn't come back with another case passed into 2019, now 2003. If you get what I'm saying.
Right.
Good evening,
So,
Yeah,
they
fans up.
gave them 20 years for nothing. My bad, Jeff.
Oh yeah, I
Just
wanted
want to speak it.
to just say, I was up with brother Muse. My phone on 8%, so I got to get up out of here. But if y'all still live, I'll double back. Well, yeah, what up, Muse? How you feeling, bro?
What's up, community activist? Feeling, bro?
All right. Before I go, Vi posed the question earlier about why, he played a video. It was a very good question as to why certain celebrities was speaking out back to bring it back to the topic 2008. And they asked who was the lady that bonded them out. And I think that served as a good example. Her name is Valencia Love, which I had the pleasure of going to her establishment. She has a restaurant out here in Chicago called Love on the Blue in Blue Island, Illinois. Yeah, so it's a nice restaurant, and if you're in the Chicagoland area, I encourage you to patronize her establishment. Lovely sister, got great food and great vibe. Nice restaurant. But if you notice, when she bonded him out, she became under attack. That establishment got attacked, and she also had a daycare. Yeah, got attacked just for trying to speak out, and not even speak out, just helping a friend out by bonding them out, which Kels paid her back with interest. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to see that someone can't even help a friend out without getting threatened or their established being attacked and all of that. So that would show why a lot of people didn't speak out this time around. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna stay tuned in, and if y'all still live, once I get some charge, I'll be back, bro.
Already, man. I'm gonna let Unc speak, and then I'm gonna play that interview back with Sam Adams Jr. because I know some people just coming in, and I'm gonna play it back from when Sam Adams Jr. talk about taking the case and fighting the case, and the reason why the man was found not guilty versus what the media want us to believe. It was only because of the young lady they alleged was on the tape did not come. She didn't come to court because the prosecutors didn't subpoena her to come. They could have, but they chose not to. So what up, Buck?
Blessings to you, nephew, Big Vibe. Blessings to you and your family and the kids. Look, Mac, man, blessings to you, man. You and your household, community activist, JT. Blessings, Provoke, Prophet, what's good in the hood. Everybody represented. Darlene, everybody represented in the chat. Blessings to everybody's household. Still at work, we yelling back. Just sitting back, chilling and listening.
Artist has the chutzpah. Artist has the chutzpah to call in a 34-year-old, basically unknown lawyer to come to his defense and take a look at it and represent him. And because you got to remember what we as lawyers do. It's as if they're standing there, but they're talking through us. And to put that kind of faith in me on a world stage, I was honored to do it. And then when I got in it and took a look at it and talked to the witnesses and saw the tape and then saw and truly believed that the state could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt the charges and knew it, I think I had an obligation as a member of the bar to take that case and do what the Thurgood Marshall say, you do the best you can with what you got. And it turned out that we were pretty successful. To this day, people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well, the pixels were off and there were moles missing on him that he actually had. They didn't see that evidence. So to say that, I'm just not being truthful when I say it very well could not have been him, and certainly.
So y'all hear what he's saying. they kept all of this information away from the public as far as the forensic analysts coming in to authenticate the tape and telling the courts that the tape was manipulated, telling them that the pixel was off. None of that made it into the public. They just wanted the public to believe that this man only got off because of the young lady didn't come testify. But you can't hide the truth forever.
All the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well, the pixels were off, and there were moles missing on him that he actually had. They didn't see that evidence. So to say that, I'm just not being truthful when I say it very well could not have been him, and certainly the government couldn't prove that it was him, they certainly didn't sit there and go through it. And that jury came back with a finding of not guilty, that the state did not prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And so for all those reasons, I was very interested in that case.
You mentioned the tape. The public, as well as the jury, has some strong opinion regarding the R. Kelly alleged sex tape, which the prosecution thought it was a slam dunk. Some people thought it was a turning point because of the alleged visual evidence. However, it was opposite of that. Why do you think it was opposite? What was the turning point that made it? You mentioned the graphic nature of moles, the blips on the videotape just a few minutes ago. What was that turning point?
Well, I'll tell you right now, a couple of things. One, there were problems with the tape. But most importantly here is they never brought in the alleged victim in the case. And she went to, I can say this now, she went to the grand jury and testified, that's not me on the tape. And then her mother went to testify. That's not her on the tape. That's not her. Then her father went to the test. That's not her on the tape. And the government never brought her in to say otherwise, or at least show the jury the girl on the tape versus the girl in person. Never did that. Now, how do you, think about this now? Not just entertainment-wise, but in a court of law, our judicial system is based upon the premise that because the government has all of its resources and power behind it, they have to prove one of their citizens guilty beyond a reasonable doubt before you can take their freedoms away. How can you possibly have a young girl that you're saying is the victim of something as heinous as this and never bring her in for the jury to see? That's reprehensible. If you're truly trying to take freedom away from somebody, if you're really going to have them, and especially someone like R.Kelly, who's a known figure in the entertainment community, who has millions of dollars at stake, think about that. He could have lost millions upon millions of dollars in endorsement, and the government has a responsibility to prove its case. Yet they don't call the young girl in. I'm not here to denigrate real violence. I'm tired of real violence. I'm not here to denigrate sexual assault. I'm tired of seeing people sexually assaulted. These women out here need a voice for them. There's no question about it. But that's not what we were there for. We were there to determine whether or not the government could prove if Robert was the individual who did this to a particular young girl. Now, that's what happened in the case. And the jurors came out and said it afterwards. See, what happened here is they brought in 18 or 19 right out here in Oak Park. Witnesses that came in and said, I know her, and she was beautiful, and she was a lovely young girl. And for someone to do these things to her is terrible. And I started cross-examining each and every one of them. Not hard, but very, very, very softly. Tell me what you knew about her. And they went through and told her this is a lovely girl, wonderful girl, great girl. And then you see the tape, and that's a girl doing, if you watch it, that's the young girl doing some very adult, nasty thing that couldn't be the same. And then for the government not to come in and bring her in here and at least show them to her. At the end of the case, when I stood up in my closing argument, I stood right in the well of the jury room, of the audience, and I asked the jury, they're asking you to convict him of doing this to this individual. Now look in this audience. Is she here? Is she here? And if you don't know, because they didn't bother bringing her in, how can you convict a man of something as heinous as this? And the jury understood that. There's a responsibility, government, and that's one of the problems with our people, and I see it day in and day out. They don't take that seriously. That government has a responsibility to us. They work for us, man. We don't live for them. Government's supposed to be there to protect us. When you talk about a congressional seat, that's our seat. That ain't Ted Cruz's seat. When you talk about a state's attorney, that ain't a state's attorney's seat. That's our seat. And when you talk about prosecuting a man for crimes that he's been charged with, man, those prosecutors are our prosecutors. And they better darn well make sure that they can prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt, because it's our citizenship that we're talking about. And that's why I think R. Kelly's a very important case. Not because of the salaciousness and the dirtiness. That's what people want to talk about. But when you really start understanding the fundamental nature of what we are talking about when it comes to our legal system, this is too important to be cavalier. This is too important to take in a facetious manner. And that, so when people always ask me about art, and then I start preaching, and they say, man, I don't want to hear all that, man, I don't want to hear all that. So if you don't want to hear all that, I understand that. But that's the fundamental truth of who and what we have to understand where we are and we should be about.
Man, Big Vi. If that ain't what I be talking about when I be talking about what I be talking about, come on, bro. He said it all in a whole nutshell right there. That's how I feel about everything.
Listen, let me ask a question. Let's analyze quickly, sum up what he just got to saying. What they did. They looked at this particular 2008 case. They went to that with a fine-tooth comb. Please hear me. If y'all ain't never heard nothing that I said out of my chest, please hear me this evening. I can't go in like I want to because I'm at work. But please hear me from the depth of your soul, because this is going to get worse across the globe with any particular case. If we don't stand up, look at what he said. Those seats are our seats. They don't think that. They think they're in office for themselves, and they move accordingly. They went over that 2008 case with a fine-tooth comb, and look how long it took them until they got a hold to him the second time around. Look how many years lapsed. You think they were just sitting around twiddling their thumbs? Not paying attention.
Cold case.
If you think they was not doing that,
so
then we missed it.
It's safe to say that 2008 was the blueprint for the 2019?
Bingo. I yield back to my nephew, Big Rat.
So from what we're seeing, 2008 was a test run.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
It was just a test run, man.
And they used Michael Jackson case as well.
Man, look here, man. See, this is what happened, bro. When you
They've
really
been trying to get Bill Cosby. He said for 40 years.
look at how much media coverage was going on back then versus now.
Right.
Little to none.
You know what's crazy is they realized that in order to get you, they got to financially cripple you. And it seems as if now they're trying to do that, to another guy. They're trying to financially cripple people so that they can't fight their battles.
That's the only way they can do it, is to try to break you down where you don't have no room to fight, nobody to help you fight, nobody want to get in the fight with you because they're scared they may get broke too.
You got money, bro. You got unlimited resources.
Right.
I don't care. And they don't want Trump to have unlimited resources.
Nephew, maybe you
want R.Kelly to have unlimited resources.
You can put on the screen the steps or the procedures, what it looks like to have due process in this country. Because I don't think people getting it. I really don't think they're getting this.
They didn't want for R. Kelly to have resources. And like I said, it was a damn shame what they did to R. Kelly to come out with a docu-series and then, come out with a Mute R. Kelly campaign.
Right.
and then come out with a docuseries.
You see how strategic that is? You see how calculated it is?
And for about a year prior to that, y'all had been playing with it. People was booking tours and pretending for R. Kelly, and R. Kelly didn't know shit about it, and people wilding out at the tour because he'll go and his money ain't right, and then he'll leave, and then a riot will start.
Yeah, it seems like that. Well, I ain't gonna even say it seems like everything is dictated on the prosecution winning the case by any means necessary. I don't care what the situation is. Everything is predicated on what kind of evidence they don't and what kind of evidence that they do make up and throw on you and make the media say, okay, well, he did it, and that's what we're gonna roll with. We're gonna chop him down. We're gonna keep on chopping him down till you succumb to what we've done to you. So everything is pretty much in their favor already. It's hard to look at a case or any kind of other case to where you have a fair trial. And people say, well, he had a fair trial, he went to court and all this, or any other person went to court, they had a fair trial. That's not the case.
The courtroom ain't as clean as what they try to portray it to be.
Absolutely not.
All of these people are in cahoots with each other. All of these people go to lunch with each other. Whenever you get a case, you get funding for that case. That's why you have a certain timeline, and you know exactly when the case is going to start, what day it should end, and closing argument should end, because you get paid for that time. All of that time.
And it don't help when you got another judge from another jurisdiction in a whole nother state saying, hey, I was told to rush this case on.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And not to mention that the day that the fat fuck was supposed to testify, the elevators automatic, they have an electrical problem in the most important building in Chicago.
So that's all I'm saying. If we got to pay attention to what they're doing, it's right in your face.
There's an overplay for every underlay out here. You better believe it. And if you ain't paying attention to what happened and what's been happening, then you are out of your mind blind, and you need to wake up.
What's so sad about it? It's only a few people who have a like minds to be able to dig up and look at what's going on and peel the fat off the meat, take the Band-Aid off the stuff, and then you got the people who just sit there and just be like, well, I just don't see what y'all see now.
Man, all them new people came over on Provoked Thoughts the other night, and we was talking about this shit. Man, them people say they had never heard of this type of shit happening before.
No one man Rico. They was like, wait a minute. They was like, wait a minute.
Corruption. Anytime a BOP officer taking someone jail records and sharing them, man, these were people we had never seen before.
Where they been? Where they come from? How did they get over there? How did they get over there?
I mean, well, pretty much what happened is it was a blogger, I guess a little bit, you got bigger bloggers than you out here. And, they was doing their show and they was closing out and they was talking about other bloggers that be talking about the stuff that I be talking about. Like, like I talk about a lot of the Donald Trump, Fannie Willis, and all that stuff. So basically what he did, he showed me some love and sent all of his people from his live to my live.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And it was thick in there. I mean, the live was great. I got a bunch of new subscribers out the deal, so people gonna get my R. Kelly Donald Trump remix.
Okay, so they can pretty much concur with what we've been saying for the last
and then some
years.
And
right. Well, that's good. I mean, they gonna bring some more people to the party then.
I'm hoping so. I mean, it was just really crazy how that happened. That's just kind of like he just dumped like 80 people. It was crazy. We was just talking. It was 6 people in my chat.
Man, Fat Tracks ENT. I ain't never heard nothing true. That right there is some of the realest shit you could ever spoke. It's a world that love a lie and doesn't care about the truth. Those are the times we're in right now.
Man, I've been, like I said, I've been on my commentary over on my side. And this is, for those who over here with Big Vi, what I'm saying, y'all want to hear some other stuff, come talk to me, man. We have fun, man. I might go live tonight. I don't know.
Brother Mew.
Mr.
Yes, sir.
Mew.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
During the era of Fantasy Island back in the day, did you gather in that everybody that was on the show, how happy they was to live out their fantasies, and then when it was time to go, they were kind of like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree
Yeah.
with that? Well,
Yep.
that's how these lies are. They don't want to leave a lie,
Yeah.
but the truth, it seems to be boring to them, so they want to keep on living in that fantasy of that lie, and that's what I
Yeah.
gather from all this stuff.
Oh no, the truth ain't all that boring if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah.
Lauren Hill once stated that um, fantasy is what people want, but reality is what we need.
Yep.
Yeah. And
You
see, a
know,
lot of people went real
some
deep
of the
with it.
most amazing lies
Yeah.
have been given a pass over the few years, you know, over the last 5 or 6 years. And it's just like, I can't believe that people have gotten so used to getting a clip and then some commentary that they never go investigate where the clip came from.
Yeah.
You know, you that's just like, you know, that's just like us. We get food, we get a whole bunch of chicken wings, but we don't go see the whole chicken or the chickens. But we gonna get them wings. We ain't getting the full bird, you know, we getting the piece. And that's what,
Right.
and they're satisfied with that.
Right.
And they take that and that's their truth. And they're like, well, you know, and people will argue you down about Aaliyah. They'll argue you down about that sex tape. They'll argue you down about you must like little girls, yourself. And all you keep on saying is this man's due process rights have been severely violated. They arrested the man and threw him in solitary confinement for 70 days, for God's sakes. Well, you know, he shouldn't have been messing with the little girls and up at the high school. Man, he was up at the high school to see Lita McLean. I mean, bro, you could go through everything. And people still be, well, if you feel that way, then you don't care about black women, and you need to go ahead and figure it, get you a white woman there. Wow. Very extreme.
Yeah, that's shaming. That's shaming tactics. That's all it is. Shaming tactics
You
and
know,
trauma.
and calling you a pedophile lover and insulting things to try to make you withdraw your honest opinion based off of good old fashioned common sense and not the emotional that's being spewed at you at that particular time. That's all it is. People will
Well,
just
the craziest thing about the whole situation is every kind of thing they throw up in your face, they only have two things: the tape and the Leah. So those two things that can be debunked, we can prove that it's been false. But everything that we throw up or bring up, they can't prove it. They can't debunk it.
And then that's when they attack you as a person.
Right.
Yep.
That when they can't get through with any facts about what you saying, then they start to attack you personally.
Yeah, matter of fact, I just thought about something. Big Bob, when you said Aaliyah sued Cook County, I don't know what the guy name or whoever the guy name was or the lady, whoever she had sued. I just thought about it. I had put that on a thread on one of my Facebook groups, and I put that in there. I say, I bet a lot of y'all didn't know Aaliyah had sued Cook County behind this marriage thing. And people had sent me a whole bunch of comments like the question mark. I'm like, yeah, so y'all didn't know that, but all y'all had is, oh yeah, he married Aaliyah and they got married and they had the marriage certificate and all that, but y'all didn't know that she had sued him.
Because people want to believe that because that galvanizes your opinion of R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this. It's like this, Provoke. It's like this, DJ. You have a lot of people, you all, that you got to be careful about how you reach out to them because there's individuals rather, who don't want, they don't want help. Right. They want attention that it brings. They don't want to be healed. They want to stay broken. They want to keep drawing the retirement funds and you know what I mean, the attention and all the stuff that comes with it. It's like that movie, and I'm get back on this point, Poetic Justice. I keep on rephrasing. I mean, Jason Lyrics rather. When they were standing at the river, when they was going down to the last details of them about to leave and talking about the details of them leaving town and everything, and she said, "You keep trying to save a brother who does not want to be saved." There's a lot
Exactly.
of people who do not want to be saved, bro. They do not want to be healed. They want the attention that all of that brings them. They don't want help.
And you know what's crazy? If you break that all the way down, then you got to understand that that's the reason why we even got a holiday called Juneteenth. It was people that really didn't want to be free. They wanted to keep things, black people that wanted to keep things just the way that they was. They was pretty much cool. Waking up every morning and going to build a little cotton or whatever, grain or whatever they was doing for massa and not having to worry about getting no food and clothes and shit like that. People were
Right,
straight with that.
right.
You realize how easy now in this world it is for black people to accept the absolute minimum out of life and be cool with the shit.
Yep.
Absolute minimum and be like, okay, that's good. I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
I'll work with that. No.
Yeah.
We can't accept the bare minimums, man.
Yeah. Because even the part I have to learn, I'm learning more and more how to restrain myself, even when I'm at work or I'm amongst family. No disrespect to any of these individuals in these particular groups, but I'm noticing that when I'm speaking on ways to be the best version of you, to heal, to grow, to address the trauma, to trace it back so that you can unlearn it and relearn some more things, you get attacked for that. You get in response negative feedback, negative energy, you know what I mean? All of that stuff. It's horrific when I see it now. It disturbs my spirit. So many times I have to respectfully, DJ, I have to respectfully, gracefully just bow out and just focus on my own thing and who I'm going to impact, who I'm going to touch, who I'm going to learn from, and grow. And I just got to keep it moving and just be okay with that. That's what it comes down to.
You take it from your nephew, man. That's my motto, bro. You know, and one of the biggest things we have to understand in life, man, we ain't for everybody. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's human. You know, we all have our things that we are willing to listen to and not listen to, do and don't do, you know, think and don't think, whatever the situation may be. So, you know, me and you, we talk about certain things, you know, about that we see, you know, and I really, you know, like the fact that we all have that type of relationship with each other, that, you
Right.
know, we can talk about different things. But for the most part, a lot of us that be on this panel right here, we all have like minds, man. So we see a lot of the same shit. But at the end of the day, we understand what the main objective is for what we're trying to do, and that is to bring, you know, keep pushing out the positivity, keep bringing awareness to the people, and anywhere that, you know, anywhere that people doing anything outside of that that's not aligned with what we trying to do, we understand that there's not, you know, a place for us. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I mean, I used to be on YouTube a lot, and I used to do a lot, man. But now, you know, most of the time I don't even feel the need to come on because it's so much of a rat race, or, you know,
Yep.
too many, you know, big eyes and the little U's, you know. And I like a lot of stuff, man. One day I was just sitting thinking, like, just have this shit help or have it hurt. But I know it's helped because when you look at the numbers, you know, when you look at the amount of people that came across your platform and looked at your videos and how many people that really support you, genuinely support you, and not support you just because you out here doing some off the wall shit, you know. And for me, it's just like if I can't be real and if I can't be my authentic self when I come on here, man, y'all not gonna see me.
Right.
You know, I ain't gotta come on here and step on nobody's toes or down, belittle somebody else to big up myself because the shit that's in me, God put it in me. And nobody else give it to me, you know. So with our brother Derek the other day, being on his platform, man, just to see those amount of people just flood into his platform was just like confirmation for me, man, to just, if you be consistent and you stay down, man, this shit can happen, man. It can happen. And it don't have to be in a negative way. If you keep putting out that positivity may take a little while to gain momentum, but when it gain that momentum, man, it's gonna continue to roll.
You know what? It's crazy because I'm appreciative of the fact that people even was willing to come out and and just jump on my channel and show love. It wasn't even no craziness. I mean, it was probably one of the best chats that I've seen in a minute. Everybody was cool. Everybody hopped in, respectful. We talked about everything. We talked about Trump. We talked about R.Kelly. We talked about Fonnie Willis. We talked about it. We covered everything, and everybody was on the same page. So it is even more confirmation. This was a random group of people, and we was all on the same page. And it was like me and Big Vi's brains clicked on at the same time about things that needed to be discussed right in that moment. You know what I'm saying? It was actually pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about it. We come from watching YouTubers and bloggers get upset at somebody else's shine. We done seen it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Big Vi for grabbing the reins of it, because it can be overwhelming to see all them people in your chat at once, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like I say, you doing the work though. You gotta expect for it to happen just like that. You already manifesting for it to happen like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't have a problem with nobody on these YouTube streets, man. I respect what people do. I respect what everybody's doing, and in the way that they doing it. I don't have a problem with it. But
I mean, you've been an encouragement to a lot of people to do a lot of things, man. And like I said, with you and Black CEO around and kind of in my ear at the same time, telling me like, man, you need to jump out there.
Yeah, shout out to Black CEO, man. I see he did a live today. He feeling better, man. Shout out to that brother, and may he continue to recover and get back to 100%, so he can get back to doing what he do, bringing awareness. Keeping his movement going with the justice that he fight for over there, man. And like I said, man, that's all it's about, man. I can support you if I all I can do is say, man, support my brother, man. Support my brother.
Because in our own way, we fighting for injustices.
Yeah, across the board.
I mean, he got into the, the what's her name, Shanquella
Robinson.
Yeah, Shanquella Robinson, and that became his lane. And like I said, I don't care what we talk about on my platform at the beginning and at the end, we gonna get some KOs in. It's gonna happen. It's in my title. I'll never take it out. Straight up. It's in my title, my theme. Straight up. So I mean, hate it or love it, That's me, and we go and
They
we
just
get.
love it, the underdog on top.
Man, I'm telling you, and I like I said, I don't even want to. I'm not even trying to design, for nothing like that, man. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to know the people that I know through this, man. Straight up.
Already, man. So we finna get ready. We finna get ready to make our exit, man. You know what I'm saying? We about to get ready to make our exit, and like I say, man, today was a great live, great information, very informative. Like Lil Mac say, share the live, share the live, share the live. And I like to bring information that can help people when you out here talking to folks and they telling you, well, the only reason why the nigga didn't get found guilty the first time because the bitch didn't come to trial. Well, we know that's a lie.
Yeah, big old stupid lie.
The man went to trial. The forensic analyst came in. They proved that the tape was not authentic, which the government did even in this trial. So how the hell did they find him guilty when they did the same thing in this trial? They admitted. What we at? What we at? I got it somewhere. Look at that. It is to the government's understanding that none of the videos that state's attorney office received from the journalist Jim DeRogatis or the attorney Michael Avenatti, that is video 1, 2, and 3 were original. What did y'all use to find this man guilty? Pelosa. Video 4 is real. It was filmed by this man sitting right here, right over there. Video 4 is the one prosecutors don't have to show jurors. So what did y'all convict him on? Don't play with Big Vibe, man. The government clearly seeks to rely on Dr. Turner's testimony to boast the credibility of certain minors who the evidence will show were not minors at the time of their sexual relationship with the defendant. Come on, man. Don't play, bro. There's a lot of shit you can do.
Right. Nah, man. So shoot, I'm probably, maybe I was gonna go live tonight, but I'm chilling. I done expounded a lot of energy, and people expect
Man,
from me.
like I told you better record you a video.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get me a video going. Say
record you about a 5-minute video just talking about old Terrence Bradley, dumbass.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but I'm gonna do it live on Friday because Fat Joe done got the left to tripping because he got him a pair of them Trumps.
He got him a pair of Trumps, man.
He got him a pair of them Trumps, baby.
That's just too flashy for me. That's too flashy for me.
Say Latinos for Trump. You boy, you ready? Boy, Trump come out with a few more pair of them. It's gonna be niggas shoes, man. I need to do
You breaking up. You breaking up. You breaking up.
Said he's gonna come with some more shoes.
Yeah.
He definitely gonna come with some more because people
That
want.
Man monopolize the system, man. They sued him. He said, "Well, I'll come out with a pair of shoes, 83 million. I need to sell about 10 million of these shoes, and we good."
Man, it's crazy. It's like this dude really knows. And then they talking about he being racist with it. I'm like, they pointing it at black people like white folks don't like gym shoes.
Right. Can't buy into
sneakers. I mean, like black. Oh, they just and then they calling him racist when he got a whole room full of people rolling, man. So I'm going in. Fat Joe got them sneakers. Who else got them?
Well, watch this. Watch this though. Hold on, right quick. Let me see. Well, Fat Joe, he got him. He paid a pretty penny for him too. Yeah, man. We gonna smooth up out of here though. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Pull them things up, man.
Them gold boys. Nice.
Hold on, boy. Y'all finna laugh at this shit.
And they got the red bottoms on them.
He need to hit them with the white ones with the gold trim. The gold trim package with the gold, you know what I'm saying? With the, you know what I'm saying?
Look at these boy right here, man. Look at these boy right here, boy. These are Biden versus the Trump, man. Look at them Biden, boy.
Say come with a year's pass to the Dairy Queen. You get all the ice cream cones you wouldn't get need in your life. Orthopedic, nice and soft.
Look, suburb. Biden got the suburbs, man.
Hey, did you hear that comment Biden put out?
See, Biden can't have shoelaces. That motherfucker already be falling.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, you might have to get them up out of them things quick. Like, I think he broke his ankle. Let me go ahead and get you to untie that shoe. Boy. They say he got arthritis all in his back.
Man, I can see. Shit, he must got it in the goddamn feet too.
He be shuffling right along too, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You like I said, man. I'm just glad to, you know, my boy Kale's got him a voice, man. But like I said, I'm gonna definitely do that on Friday. We're gonna talk about you know, said Trump kicks because I need a pep.
That's tomorrow, man. Friday, tomorrow, goddamn. So we finna get ready to end this one right here tonight, man. I enjoyed it. It was a great live show. I enjoyed it, man. And like I say, Unc, Lex, JT, Lil Mac, Yellow Boy. Man, it was a great live, man.
What time you gonna come on tomorrow?
It's the Derek show tomorrow. I'm gonna be at Derek's house tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe 8-ish, probably.
By 8 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah,
That'll be good. I'll be out of work by then because when y'all, I guess every time y'all come on, I'll be kind of in between getting ready to get off. So I just jump in the live and start listening and commenting.
Right, you know, and then I gotta, you know, slam a couple nails in Fannie Willis and them coffin.
Oh yeah. You know you gotta go with old Fannie Willis. She a trap queen.
Yeah, get them together. You know, let that be the reason, because they lying over there. We got some lying niggas making us look bad. They messing up careers, man, setting us back. We ain't gonna never control the DA's office nowhere. Fooled around.
Oh no, she done messed it up for every kind of person that's got a position up top. She done messed it up with everything now. She brought out the ghetto.
They finna clean sweep audits everywhere.
Yeah.
Let me see your books.
Yeah.
I paid in cash.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off because Big Bag gonna be mad at me. Y'all take care, man.
I got one for Fannie Willis, boy. You talking about that Pinterest form? Watch that pinata form. Watch, I got one for you.
I
got one for you, boy. You gonna see it, boy. I'm finna
All
make
right.
it too.
All right. Well, I'll catch y'all boys tomorrow then.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody for coming, man. It's your boy, Big Val Opinion, Derek, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
And I'm about to sign out this thing, man. Until next time, man. Shout out to Darlene and shout out to Lexington for the super chat and the super sticker, the super things. Thank y'all so much. I really, really appreciate it. And until we live again, man. We out this thing.
Check your email for me, my nephew.
All right.
All right, bet.
All right.
Me and my brother
Later.
both. Everything starts with music for me. So A&R the whole album or whatever, you know. Like but you know, like a lot of the tracks, like personally, and I remember the thing that hurt me the most, and I'm gonna air them out right now, is Jive Records, Barry Weiss. We made a deal that R.Kelly. This is before R.Kelly was really big. He only had one album out. He's gonna give us an original track for the soundtrack. So I flew to Chicago because R.Kelly and I, our attorney, business manager, was the same guy. Gave him the Menace VHS tape, and the next day I came back and he had a song for me that he wrote to Menace. And I listened to the song. I go, oh shit! That's how involved I was in the soundtrack. I called Barry Weiss at Jive Records. I said, I just heard R. Kelly's first #1 single. And he goes, oh shit, I can't wait to hear it. A week later, he calls me, he goes, I got good news and bad news. The good news is you're right. This is gonna be his first #1 record. The bad news is it's not going on the soundtrack. Wow. It was Bump and Grind.
Wow.
And if you hear what he's saying at the opening of the song, he's talking about Kane. My body's telling me yes, but my mind's telling me no, but my body's saying yes. Wow. It's talking about Kane because of Jada's character, Ronnie, and you know his father Purnell. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Wow.
I've never said that publicly, but that's what that was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was a massive hit for him.
Because Honey,
his first hit.
Wow. Okay. Was it Honey Love, the scene that they used?
Yeah, because we took it because that was already the hit, you know, like the successful music. So yeah, we
let Allen Hill.
Yeah.
Come on, man.